Hello, and welcome to the second week of Kusogrande Invitational. We have some more upper bracket matches for you today. Last week we had 6 players fighting it out. You can check out the current status of the bracket in chat by hitting !Kusogrande. And now we've got 6 more players: Smite, NPC Lives, Kowal Lazy, Nod Then Bow, Faizu, and Slow Beef, all going to fight it out in the upper bracket today. There are going to be some amazing games for your entertainment, and in case you haven't seen Kusogrande before, we've got Brosentia here to fill you in on how this all works and introduce us to those players. So Brosentia, what's Kusogrande? How does this work?
Hello! Well, Kusogrande is a bad video game tournament. In general, we have players go up against each other for an hour to see who can make the most progress possible, the furthest progress during that time. If somebody manages to get to stage 5 and the other person gets to stage 4 at any given point during the match, the person who made it to stage 5, for example, will take the victory. Now, rules depend on the game that we have, but universally you're going to see that these games are not the highest quality that you have in the gaming world. For example, Dana is sitting here and we've got a Commodore 64 game, which, I don't know, people really don't play Commodore 64 at all. Have you played the C64 at all, Railcoon?
I think I tried it once when Dana brought it to a GDQ and I had some games set up, but I think that's the only time I've ever played a Commodore 64.
Yeah, that was the first time that I played a Commodore 64. It's all Dana's fault. Okay.
It is kind of my fault. I do kind of inflict it on everyone I can.
Yeah, it's true. But this game, I have never seen before today, Dana. But I'm pretty sure this is going to be bad. In fact, yeah, go ahead and tell us. What is the game, Dana?
Today's game is by our favorite people over at Codemasters, who have given us many a good game over on the Kusogrande tournaments. But yes. This one is called Tarzan Goes Ape.
Tarzan Goes Ape, yeah, indeed. Tarzan, luckily, has a whole hour to try to get through this game. Now, for this specific game, what we're doing is we're basing it on who gets to the latest level, but if somebody completes it, then we are having them do a loop 2, loop 3, etc. until the match is over. So we've got 1 hour to see how they do. I do not know if anybody is going to beat this game, but there's a possibility.
So,
it's possible. It is not the longest game. I've seen it beaten in less than 2 hours, but I don't know if it'll be beaten in less than 1. Now, they are very good players. NPC and Smite are veterans, to say the least.
Oh, yeah.
And speaking of NPC and Smite, why don't you give an introduction to these two players for GDQ viewers who haven't seen Kusogrande before?
Smite is actually somebody who has played in Kusogrande before. He also runs the Arcade Pit, which he runs on his own channel. It's absolutely hilarious to see the different games that he brings on. Honestly, it's a fun little show. If you've never checked it out, you definitely should. NPC, on the other hand, joined Kusogrande back I believe, for the first or second tournament, and actually won the second one. He was the victor, and that's why he's back here. He's also been a game master for us at times. So at this point, I'm going to do a countdown. If you're ready, are you set, Railcoon?
Oh, I'm as ready as I can be.
All right. So everybody in chat, I'm sure that you can help me out as we do the countdown. Also, wish them luck. Be sure to make some Tarzan noises. You can go ahead and yell whatever Tarzan would yell. And 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, go. And we will see the games move in just a little bit. Thank you, everybody in chat. Ooh, we have some good Tarzan noises. Okay, so this is the game. Tarzan Goes Ape. What are we seeing right here, Dana? Can you give us a bit of an explanation?
So, for some reason, the story to this will sound a little familiar to some people.
Okay.
Tarzan has been cursed by somebody and is now an ape.
Oh no! So it's like Toki,
It's
is
so
what
very
you're saying.
much like Toki.
Okay.
So, unfortunately, this controls even worse than Toki.
Oh, okay. Tell me a little bit about the controls. I see jumping, I see climbing.
So, up to jump, of course.
Well,
because
why not?
This is a Commodore game. Up to jump is a very common situation. Up is
yeah.
also going up the ropes, but it's also pixel perfect. You cannot jump and grab onto a rope. You have to climb from the bottom.
Okay.
Additionally, those walls on the side aren't really walls. You'll fall right off to the bottom.
Okay.
And the platforms they're trying to jump on, the leafy ones, only the very center of those is actually solid.
Oh no. Okay, I'm seeing a lot of similar ideas that happen quite a bit in bad video games. Platforms that look a lot bigger than they actually are. Precision where you really shouldn't need precision. Walls that actually aren't walls that lead to your death. And you've got shooting here as well.
Oh. And, as for the goal of the game, you have a set of items down at the bottom of the UI.
Oh, yes.
And you have to collect them all in order to progress to the next level.
Okay.
Something we don't know because the game doesn't tell you, and there isn't really a manual either.
So we did not tell them any of the goals to beat a stage. They will just have to figure it out themselves. And also, did you tell them the controls at all?
Smite totally just ran into the issue I was about to bring up. If you don't collect the items in order, the items kill you when you touch them.
Wait, what? Railcoon, Dana sometimes has this evil laugh when he really brings out the horror. And
I've heard it before.
Okay, so the items kill you if you get them in the wrong order.
If you collect them in the wrong order. And the leafy item that's like the third one is very, very easy to miss because it blends in almost perfectly with the background.
I mean, everything else looks like plants. Yeah, that makes sense. So, do you know what the story of this game is? You're Tarzan?
You're Tarzan. You got cursed into turning into an ape. You have to collect things to uncurse yourself. That's really all they gave you. They didn't say who did it. They didn't say why. They just said, hey, you're an ape.
I wish every curse could be solved that way, you know? You just go on a little quest, maybe go pick up some bananas at the grocery store for your mom. Bam, you're cured.
Would make life easier, kind of.
NPC, by the way, only has 2 items left. Smite is going to try to get his 3rd item. He has 4 left.
Yeah, NPC is taking it slow on these jumping up the bird area. He is on his last life, so there is no continuing. He dies, it's back to the start.
Oh yeah, Commodore 64 games continues are for chumps.
Yeah, that's way too easy.
Now, Codemasters have created quite a number of questionable games, is what I'd say. They had good ideas, but the execution definitely wasn't the best. I'm thinking one of the most notable one would be the Dizzy games, where you're an egg and you have to go around and solve puzzles. It's kind of a classic, at least over in Europe. We didn't really see it too much over here in the US. What else did they do?
They did Big Nose Freaks Out.
Oh, Big Nose. We actually had that in a GDQ, didn't we?
I think there was a Big Nose, but I can't remember. I don't remember which.
I'm relatively sure there was a Big Nose and that Author Blues played it. That or I just was really out of it that night.
I can check that for you, 1 second.
Oh, sweet. Railcoon getting the information here, yeah.
Lack Attack ran it at AGDQ.
Ah, that's right.
Yeah. Okay, Lack Attack. Just giving Codemasters the love.
Alright, so NBC is about to finish the first level. And it pops you into a bonus level.
Okay.
Which doesn't really matter. It's also... jumping on this one's really not fun.
Can you get extra lives?
Yeah, anyway.
That's my biggest question, because if you can get extra lives, it might actually be worth playing these bonus levels well.
I have not noticed an extra life due to score. Now, that's also could be because I'm a terrible player. But...
Okay.
So...
Oh no! The skull!
The skulls will kill you on the second stage right at the start.
Well, okay. NPC's back to the beginning.
It's such a jerk move. It got me the first time I got to the stage. I was like, wait, you're kidding me.
That's just not okay, okay? Not okay at all.
It's a nice little staircase. So it's like, yeah, just jump up me. No.
Well, I mean, you're Tarzan. You probably don't want to be climbing up skulls anyway, you know? There are better things that you can climb up. You've got beefy arms. You don't need a skull staircase.
Nah. Skulls are fine. Skulls are just happy, fun time place area.
I'm finally hearing the music of the bonus stage, and this is a little special. It's firing at me.
Yeah, and Smite's almost to the... Well, he ran out of time. Let's see if he gets caught by the same thing. Nope, he ran past the skulls.
Nice. Smite moves into a little bit of a lead. Not very big, just by not dying at the very beginning of the stage.
Now, he's also on his last life, so he's going to be starting over pretty soon, I'm sure.
Yeah, that's not a huge deal, you know? Every time that you get a game over, you're just hoping that you can make a little more progress, and having one push during the course of the hour is enough to get you a decent spot. The runners, by the way, are not able to hear what we're talking about, so we can spoil away. In addition, they are not in GDQ chat, so whatever you say will not spoil for them. So go ahead and make fun of what you're seeing here. Laugh, have a good time, everybody. Smite, by the way, is doing relatively well. He's gotten two of the items here.
On his last life, so he's gonna get a lot of knowledge for when he has to end up restarting, or he can do the whole thing on his last life. I mean, that is possible.
You know what? NPC is getting fairly close to the end of stage 1 while having an extra life. That would definitely make it easier for the next stage. Oh no, Smite!
There it goes.
Well, you know, I'm crying, but not too much, because we get to see more of this game.
I having seen how much progress they've made in the first 10 minutes, I am, like, almost positive they will both complete this game. It's just a question of how many loops will they make.
How many levels are there, by the way?
There are actually only 3.
Only 3 levels?
Only 3 levels.
Wow.
But it does, as you can tell, it gets harder, and with only the 3 lives to get through, it can take a while. If somebody's really good, yeah, this game is almost no time at all.
Yeah, I can see that. So this is one that the difficulty curve is rather high, but once you get used to this, then it's fairly playable comparatively. Smite, by the way, has played in previous Kusogrande tournaments, and he's done pretty darn well. Honestly, he's a king of crap. He has played a lot of terrible games. NPC is no novice, though, either. They both have plenty of experience in going with games that have really dumb mechanics, like these platforms. They're so bad! Well, right now we're 10 minutes into it, and Smite definitely has made the most progress so far. He's managed to get probably about halfway through the second stage.
As people are pointing out in the chat, it looks like it controls awful, and trust me, it controls even worse than it looked. The precision jumping combined with up to jump, it got really messy.
Yeah, up to jump was never okay. Absolutely never okay, and when it's added with very difficult platforming, it just makes it much more difficult. It controls like a Commodore 64 game. There we go. That's a good description. No, I would also agree with chat that this is not necessarily the best example of the Commodore 64's graphics, but the music is actually pretty good.
That's actually pretty typical of Codemasters.
Yeah.
Their music is actually pretty solid all around. A lot of the Codemasters games, I just actually straight enjoyed their music. Even the NES ones had a very chiptune C64-ish quality to them. Graphically, they weren't anywhere as close to as solid.
Yeah, that's pretty much the case with their NES games as well. Ooh. Okay, yeah. It looks like Smite is through to the bonus level. NPC doing it as well. Both of them have a good chance of moving on and making more progress in their next attempt at Stage 2. And Smite has gained an extra, it appears, by grabbing all of the diamonds there. Well, he died.
He dies for the skulls! He got caught by the skulls this time!
I love it! It's so good!
This game, somebody asked in chat if rebinding controls was allowed on C64, and this game actually did let you redefine your keys, which is good, because the default keys were awful. It was, I believe, Q and A for up and down, O and P for left and right, and spacebar to fire.
I mean, that's old school controls. Q and A, O and P. Like, it sounds terrible now, but it was basically standard when this game came out. It was very
standard back then. We didn't know any better. We didn't.
Yeah. So, Codemasters were definitely ahead of their time when they made it so that you could rebind your controls.
Yes. And also the fact that this just straight allowed joystick, and then you could redefine your keyboard to whatever as well. It was really nice. Codemasters did some things decently. Just not the actual game.
Yeah, well, that's the thing with a lot of developers that we see whenever we have the Kusogrande tournament, which we do have an ongoing one that happens all throughout the week, and will probably last well into October or November. We see that a lot of these developers that put work into the games, they put passion in, but some things just fall apart. And so good ideas with flawed execution is what I'd say the most.
Yeah, I can definitely agree with that.
Oh, yeah, I'm looking at one of the people who worked on this, who did the music here. It looks like he actually worked on some of the music for the ports for Double Dragon 2. Obviously, he also worked on Big Nose, as well as Fantastic World Dizzy, did the music. So this person definitely, I feel, carried the company in many ways, because the music was often much better than the games themselves.
Yeah. No, it's not Tim Fallon, surprisingly enough.
It is Steve Barrett, who didn't really do music after 92, so unfortunately, I'm a little bit sad.
There were quite a few of the composers of this era that I really wish had kept making music.
Yeah, I don't know. Commodore 64 just had such an amazing music chip in it, the SID
They did
chip.
a lot with what they had.
Oh, and that is a game over for Smite. Both of them have collected everything except the diamond in this stage. So I'm wondering, if NPC can get the diamond, that will definitely put him in the lead. But look right above this ladder, we've got this dude who... Oh my gosh, how did you live, NPC? I don't know, but he lived. Oh, no, don't fall! Oh, my heart. My poor little heart. Okay. Yeah, what is neat, by the way, is that there are lots of VSTs out there, so you too can make music that sounds like the Commodore 64 if you would like. And because it's got such a unique sound to it, like, I'm pretty sure the Stranger Things music at the introduction was the same. What would actually use the SID chip? That's what it sounds like.
I wouldn't be surprised, though I don't remember offhand. I'd have to listen to it again. I remember one time when I was at an arcade, and they were playing one of the dance games. I think it was In the Groove, possibly? Yeah, I think that was it. And I was like, I just stopped because I heard it from across the arcade, and I was like, why do I hear SID music? I hear a Commodore. And it was because Machine's Supremacy was on, and they do a lot of SID music. Somebody mentioned them in chat just a minute ago, so it reminded me.
By the way, thank you, tech people, for giving us a better look at this beautiful masterpiece. NPC is on to bonus stage number 2, so he's luckily managed to beat stage 2, moving on to stage 3.
That is 2/3 of the way through the game in the first 20 minutes. So, like I said, I expected this to be a short game for them.
Do you think he has a chance of beating this stage on the first try?
Ooh, on the first try, if he takes it really slow, which isn't a bad option.
Okay.
He does have one life going for him. And I think he's gotten the hang of the fact that this game wants you to play it slow.
Yeah, it definitely does. I'm glad that the bird/Medusa heads are pretty predictable.
Yeah. I think the crocodiles are one of the more problematic ones, because you're on the same floor as a crocodile. You're...
What? Oh no, NPC! Guess what? NPC is
the wrong item.
That is the wrong item. So what you have to do is probably loop over, grab the mask, and then loop back.
Yep.
And grab the grass.
It's so rude.
Wow. That is rough. Reborn Flighty in chat is asking if we're live. We're actually filming in the future.
Ooh.
We're just that cool.
Feels so high-tech.
Oh, this music. Okay, we're on to the bonus stage here for Tarzan Goes Ape. Now, everybody remember, this is Kusogrande, the Kusogrande Invitational that we're doing with GDQ HOTFIX. In essence, we are tracking who makes the most progress during the course of the hour, or in the case of this game, who completes the most loops. Now, neither of them have completed a loop, but NPC Lives has made it to stage 3, whereas Smite has only gotten close to the end of stage 2. Oh, I love this. You know, a lot of people who play here have actually done quite a bit with other marathons with GDQ. For example, NPC ran some games recently at a GDQ. I'm trying to think which game he ran there. I hear Railcoon.
I can check it for you.
That was Sword of Sodan, wasn't it?
Oh yeah, Sword of Sudan.
Yeah, it was.
Which,
Another
by the way,
quality game. Oh!
oh no!
Oh no! NPC just gamed over because of really nasty skull placement on the fall.
The skulls! Those jerks. Yeah, so NPC had the patience to actually learn how to play Sword of Sudan and get through it reliably-ish. So this game shouldn't really be too much of a, mental challenge for him. He's played much worse. However, at the same time, in a race setting, a lot of the times you can start psyching yourself out, thinking that because you died, the other player gets past you, even though you have no idea what's going on in their screen. So, I'm wondering if that was a choke or genuinely just something that he didn't expect.
I'm gonna say that he did not realize the placement of the skulls would cause that.
Aha.
NPC is... I mean, he won Kusogrande, didn't he?
Yeah, he won the second one.
Yeah, he won second, so...
Yes.
He is not one likely to choke, I will say that.
Yeah, and also, this early on in a match, whatever, getting another game over isn't a huge deal. We still have plenty of time to finish loops. Smite is doing really well on level 2 at this point. Only one item left to grab, the diamond, and Smite has 2 extra lives.
That's gonna help him quite a bit once we get to the very, very rude stage 3. I expect him to probably lose a life to the out-of-order placement, and then possibly another one to the skull, but that does still leave him 1 extra.
I love when people come and defend the developers for this, and I do want to defend developers, because even if they put out something that never becomes a classic or that people consider questionable, at the same time it can often be a lot of fun, Just because your game isn't a top-selling AAA classic doesn't mean that people can't have fun with it.
Yeah, they did put out some good games. Like, people have mentioned multiple times Micro Machines. That was a quality Codemasters game in the actual sense of the word, not our usual.
Gotcha. By the way, I saw that Smite did grab a skull at one point, and it looked like it may have reversed his controls, if I'm not mistaken.
Yes, actually. There is a control reversing power-up. Why? With all the other things that this game has, why that is there, I don't know.
That, and it looks just like Insta-Death. And
it lasts a good, at least 30 seconds. It lasts a while. I sat there for a while trying to get rid of it.
It looks like NPC may have fallen through the floor!
What?
Oh my gosh!
Welcome
to Kusogrande, everybody. This is what happens. We don't expect people to stay inbounds all the time.
How did he... you know what?
Someone
I'm not even
clip
surprised if
I'd
these
love to
players
see a
find
clip.
stuff like that. Not even...
And he grabbed the grass and didn't even have the mask. I would probably... Yeah, he's just game overing real quick so that he can start from the beginning with more lives. So good, so good. Just so everybody knows, this is the first of 3 matches. We're not going anywhere until we get kicked off.
I cannot wait to see what else is in store for us.
Well, yeah, I'm not spoiling it. You'll find out when it comes time.
But yeah, that as I was saying earlier, I don't think I got to finish my statement. The crocodiles, because they're so low to the ground, shots fire over them. So you have to hit them on your way up. If you land on their platform, you have problems.
Yeah.
Like that.
Oh no. Oh no.
Like that. Oh no!
Not the crocodiles.
Commentator's curse. I'm so sorry.
You know what? Smite may be getting close to moving into the lead in just a little bit. I'm going to keep my eyes on him.
Yeah, he's running up on the first troll, I believe.
Oh no!
First troll. Told you he'd lose one to that. Oh, he lost 2.
Another one.
I don't think he realized it.
No, Smite. No!
Oh no!
Oh. Wow. No, he had a very similar thing happen earlier with the grass. You have to get the grass before the crossbones and the potion. So he knew about the troll, it's just the platforming is extremely precise there.
Yes. And I will admit, I was playing this game for a good, I don't know, 45 minutes or so before I found out about the wrong order killing you. And I just stopped playing it right then, and I was like, they have to be kidding me. I had a bug or something. They wouldn't really have done that, would they? And then I tested it, and I was like...
Oh, it's totally
excellent.
On purpose. At this point, I believe that NPC is still in the lead. I still think we're going to see somebody complete a loop in the next attempt or two, though. Oh, the alligator! Oh, I'm so sad. What a jerk, that alligator. Yeah, it's interesting. When NPC dies at a place like that, he usually goes and just starts over. Looks like NPC is opting to, or Smite was opting to die really quick right there. But, you know, he didn't immediately just go, I'm gonna take all 3 deaths and start over trying to get through the first stage with no deaths. And I think that's sort of how I would proceed at this point. If I know that the later stages are going to be extremely difficult, I want as many attempts as I can get on those.
Right. With the way the stages are so short, you can take a speedrunning approach to these first couple stages.
Well, they're not super difficult to learn either. Honestly, there's no randomness as far as I can tell. The enemies move the same. Mostly, it's just you got to get used to the controls, and once you can do that, you can fly through these early stages quickly. Okay, there we go. NPC through stage 1. Going to be getting to stage 2 after this lovely bonus level. He may be able to get an extra life as well, which wouldn't hurt. I don't know if it's an alligator or a crocodile, chat. You can go ahead and settle the discussion here. You can make the choice.
He just missed grabbing the last gem, so...
No extra life. No extra. love this game already, okay? Like, this is probably something that, as a child, I would have played to pieces.
I was really hesitant at first about giving this out because of how short it was, but the continues, or lack thereof, rather, I knew that we could get at least 30 minutes out of this game, and then you suggested us going ahead and counting loops, and I was like, yeah, that'll give us exactly what we need.
I think so. Honestly, people complain about NES difficulty, but Commodore 64 difficulty kind of was occasionally on another level.
Yeah.
And not necessarily on purpose all the time. Oh my gosh! Smite just climbed! These platforms are so bad!
The leaf platforms are so incredibly rude.
Why? Why? Just jump! Just jump on them! Okay.
I swear the actual solid part of the platform is smaller than you are. I
think it is. I mean, to be fair, most people aren't really able to jump on leaves and climb up a tree.
I mean, you're not wrong. But we have to suspend a bit of disbelief. Well,
nah, throw disbelief out the window.
And disbelief at the same time.
Okay, and by the way, Smite is on to the first bonus level, going to be moving to stage 2 in just a little bit. I think I'm starting to sense a little frustration from him, just because some of these platforms are really easy to fall through. No extra there. Not a huge deal for the bonus stage.
Absolutely, these platforms are the most infuriating thing to try to land on.
Yeah, as soon as Smite comes on the microphone, by the way, after the match, he's going to sound completely nonchalant. He'll be like, "Those leaves, right?" Like, yeah, Smite, exactly. Can you die in the bonus level? I don't believe so, unless you could fall out of bounds.
There was a skull in the bonus level, but I think it was a reversal skull instead of a killer. Yep. So I don't think there's a way to die.
Well, we could see if NPC could find a way to fall through the floor and die. I mean, it's not impossible.
It's true. Bing Bang Blitz is bringing up a really good point. Commodore 64, much like Amiga and DOS, have a very, very large quantity of not very good games because there was no barrier to entry. Anybody in their garage could make a game for these and get it out there. It wasn't like the consoles where they had to be vetted and
but it's so awesome.
Marginally quality.
Like, I love that individuals can just get together, make a quick, easy game. My dad made one for the Atari, you know? It was called Blocks. You were a block jumping on blocks in order to make it to a blue block. And, you know, it was glitchy. You could accidentally despawn pretty much all the platforms and make it unwinnable. It was great. But, you know, we don't really have quite as much of that these days. Yeah, there are tools that have come out recently, Unity and such, but it used to be people would just learn how to do basic coding and put together a game, and it was fantastic. Yeah, the question in chat that I see is if this was officially licensed, and I don't think licensing was even a thing for the Commodore 64.
Licensing just isn't a thing. It's this was published. That's basically what you can say. But no, it's not like the consoles. There was no overarching company that said, no, you have to do it this way or it doesn't go out. You could put your game in a Ziploc bag and sell it at your store.
Yeah, I think, honestly, especially with the early games, it was before any console company started actually doing a review of the games that came out. Nintendo, as far as I know, was really the first one to do that. Sega followed suit with the Genesis, maybe did it earlier as well with the Master System, but I'm not sure. But yeah, Nintendo, you can either blame or praise for what they did in order to get standards.
The seal of quality that Nintendo started really helped. It limited a lot of people, but on the other hand, we got better games out of it.
Yeah,
we still got bad games.
Oh yeah,
we still got bad games, but on the whole, we got a better library.
Yeah, being able to have that. The assurance that the game is at least playable and probably beatable, you know, that was usually enough for the seal of quality, that it wasn't just a pile of garbage. Rocky and Bullwinkle is probably on the low end of the Nintendo seal of approval, but hey, it was approved.
Somehow it was approved.
Smite, by the way, on bonus level number 2, moving on to stage 3. And it looks like NPC is there as well. Both of them have a chance to make progress at this point. NPC is going to be circling... Oh, going up? Well, unfortunately, the bones, I believe, are down right. No, oh, they're right up there. Never mind. I lied to you, Dana. I'm sorry.
Why are you lying to me?
I just forgot.
Oh, okay. That's fine. I'll let you go this time. I do think that they both actually have a very good chance to complete it on this run.
I think so. They have a lot of lives.
And 2 full lives.
Just the thing that I would watch out for, especially since this is probably something that would happen to me, is that if I take a death to one of these skulls here, I would probably start panicking. Okay. And reverse control
I knew that
skull.
was going to happen too, just as I saw it. I was like, that skull is a reversal skull, so as soon as he grabs it, it's going to reverse him back into the killer skulls.
Oh,
mid-air. Yeah. I knew it as soon as I saw it.
So good.
And it was exactly as rude as I expected. Oh no! He lost his extra lives really quickly, and he's
okay. Last life here, and Smite passes NPC because he just grabbed the potion. The potion was actually farther down. NPC did not go down and get it.
He did not notice the potion, and that's going to kill him when he gets to the top.
That definitely puts Smite in the lead, NPC in second. You gotta pay attention to the levels. You gotta make sure that you can see...
NPC just picked up the potion.
Yeah, there was more than one potion.
What?
He picked up a different one.
Were there
Are there multiple potions?
Good job, game! I was not aware of that one.
Okay, that's cool. Oh! This game might be the hot new randomizer of 2019. Get ready, all you Commodore 64 devs out there. Oh no, a Smite takes a game over. This gives NPC the chance. If NPC can get the gem, this will definitely put him in first place by beating the game. Now, remember, even though they can beat the game, we have given them the goal of completing as many loops as possible, getting as many successful completions of the game as they can. So, NPC is just moving up. Where is this last gem? Oh no, Smite may have had the game crash. Uh-oh. I'm just messaging Smite to see if he's okay. If he's still alive.
This skull ladder maze that NPC is in is unpleasant, to say the least. But he has gotten through it.
Okay. Yeah, NPC is just climbing and climbing and climbing, but I'm not exactly sure how much.
I think, and don't quote me on this,
Okay.
I think the stage is looping until he finds the diamond.
You know, that's really possible. Kind of gross, but hey.
Because I feel like a couple of those set pieces I've seen before.
Yeah, let's see if NPC can find the diamond. By the way, Smite is on to the bonus stage already. For stage 1, moving on to stage 2. NPC currently on stage 3. Oh, is that where you have to go for the diamond? The Doom Fall? Oh no, I hope... Oh, NPC,
And there's
that's
the
game
death.
over! No! Oh. I don't like it.
And Kate is pointing out that that stage 3 apparently is slightly randomized. The set pieces are in different orders for the two runners.
Strange.
They are the same set pieces, so it's kind of like a Rogue Legacy type deal where you have all the same rooms, they're just shuffled around. So it's
Interesting.
semi-random. So there's no real advantage to your order because you're going to have to go through them all anyway. Simply to get all the items.
That's not nice.
It's not nice, and it makes tracking things a little less fun. But since they have items that they do have to complete in a specific order, we've got that going.
Oh yeah, that's doable. We know that both Smite and NPC have gotten down to having just one gem left. Smite got there just a little bit before NPC. If it came down to a tiebreaker, that would likely decide it in Smite's favor. However, we still have 18 minutes.
I'm pleased that it's taken them this long to get into near the end of this third stage.
Yeah. Oh my gosh. Okay. I think both of them are starting to get really concerned with the time that we have left. We have 18 minutes, 17 minutes. Neither of them knows if the other one has actually beaten the game. And so they're just fighting for completion and trying to get through it. Just so everybody remembers, this is Kusogrande, the Bad Video Game Tournament. I'm Brosentia. With me is Dana commentating. The normal Kusogrande tournament is over on my channel, but we are having invitational, 16 people going up against each other on the GDQ HOTFIX. At this point, we have Smite against NPC in this 16-person tournament. They're trying to make as much progress as they can in 1 hour. Both Smite and NPC have made it to stage 3 and have collected the same items that are needed to beat the stage. However, because Smite did it just a little bit before NPC, he would technically be in the lead if it came down to that tiebreaker, which I don't think it will. I think we have plenty of time.
I'm trying to figure out if... I'm trying to make a guess onto whether they will actually complete.
I think they will. I think they're going to complete the game.
I think it's going to be close. They may end up getting to the same point they did last time, the one item left.
You know, what kind of amazes me, and something that I love about the tournament, by the way, is that it gives us a chance to visit things that would have just died from obscurity. You know, nobody or very few people have actually played this in the last, 5 or 10 years? You know, because
At
it's
least,
not...
yeah. I am a big fan of obscurities. I highly enjoy watching or inflicting just really weird things that nobody knows anymore on people.
Oh yeah, and this is one of those. This is definitely something that very few people had even heard of watching this right now.
I'm kind of surprised this one is not as... I mean, I would have figured this was a little more known because it's a Codemasters game, but it seems to have fallen through the cracks compared to a bunch of their other stuff.
Yeah, sounds about right. This was obscure when it came out. Wait, what year did this come out, Dana?
Was it 1991?
People still made games for the Commodore in 91?
Oh yeah. It lasted for a while.
Didn't the Super Nintendo already come out?
I believe so.
Okay, so this came out after the Super Nintendo was already out. Yeah. Just so y'all know. This music is so good. Oh. I'm just relaxing a little bit and enjoying the last little bit. Smite unfortunately did not get the 1-up. Not going to be a run killer, because both Smite and NPC are on stage 2. They just need to get to stage 3 and try to beat the game. Did NPC get an extra life? In fact, he did. The extra lives are collectible in the bonus stages. If you get all of the diamonds, you end up getting an extra life. It's a little bit tricky, but once you know the right path to go, it's usually pretty doable.
I mean, the point is being made that yes, the Commodore still has games being made for it today.
I mean,
but
yeah.
In general terms, we're talking about the normal system, which was early 90s, I believe, was about when it was being phased out.
Okay, gotcha. Well, that's not too bad. I'm sort of sad that I had plenty of Atari games when I was a kid. You know, we had tons of fun with those systems. I didn't even touch a Commodore 64 until you made me.
And then I made you play Snoopy.
Well, Snoopy was fun. Okay? It's also probably not authorized at all, but it was a great game.
There aren't any commercial games, obviously, but there are fan games. There are new games that are released online that you can purchase. So they are commercial, but they're not published.
Why are these rhinoceri doing high up on the platforms, or is it rhinoceroses?
I mean, these are very sturdy platforms. They just very small.
This is a very vertical village.
Yeah.
I'm gonna say that. I feel like maybe they could have built this village a little bit differently and made it easier on themselves. Seriously, how are they gonna eat?
Could you imagine living here? Like, how would you get your groceries home?
You just, carry 3 bags in each hand and just jump up the platforms, okay? It's not that hard, Dana. Just gotta be tough. I'm sorry that I'm a village snob. I just like to not have the Wayside City, you know? Oh my gosh, Sideways Stories from West Side School. From Wayside School. Wayside School. was such a good series of books, okay? And essentially, the principal from that school ended up making this village.
Oh, I can see this progression.
By the way, NPC is on to stage 3. Smite is almost on to stage 3. Luckily, he managed to get 1 up, so both of them have the same number of lives moving on to the final level of the game. But will either of them be able to complete it? That's the question. Considering that we have a little bit of a randomizer with this stage as well, we'll see some different areas as time goes on. At least from what I've been told. We'll let you, the audience, decide if it's a randomizer. Yeah, this is starting to get really tight, by the way, Dana.
Yeah, they are... It's really close between the two. I could not be happier with how this is...
Smite is going to have to loop around, go up, and then to the right and down in order to get the mask. Okay. There we go. He's not even touching the bananas. Can't blame him. Tarzan can just deal with it. You know, leave your tummy rumbling a little bit. It's fine.
Hunger is a good motivator.
NPC is starting to get close to getting all the items, by the way. Just needs the potion and the diamond.
There you go. If you get an item out of order, the item actually kills you when you try to pick it up. Because this game is mean.
It's a totally fair and balanced game. What are you talking about?
I just... when I found that out, it was just... Yeah. It was just wow.
Okay, NPC managed to get through...
But he did not get caught by the trap. Good. And now he's trying to jump up these with reverse controls. And it...
Well, he gets normal controls now, so that'll help. At least you better get normal controls. Good.
So, it looks like the stage layout is the same. Him.
Yeah, I think the stage layout is the same, but the location of the items may be different.
Yeah, they're definitely a little bit placed differently.
Just slightly. I don't know
they're
why
like in the same area, but not always.
But, oh,
Smite, my heart. You know, I've never died from touching a skull. I don't know what Tarzan's problem is. Maybe he's just
very unsanitary.
Yeah, he's a very hygienic guy. Okay, both of them are just down to the diamond left. Who is going to get the most progress up towards the diamond? Now, my bet is the diamond is just located towards the top of the level. As it has been on all of the levels, it's been right at the very top. Okay, getting a little stressed. Both NPC and Smite are in the same place. This is ridiculous.
Now, NPC does have an extra life.
He has 2 extra lives. Smite has 1.
Well, I meant an extra life over him.
Oh, okay. But that might not matter.
Yeah, it doesn't matter if they get to the... Oh
my gosh.
It's the skull maze.
Not the skull maze! My least favorite of mazes. Who even would make a maze like this? They're like, we're just gonna put a skull, you know, about every 5 feet. Another skull here, Bob. Make sure Tarzan doesn't get our diamonds.
Yeah, I think it's proving to be a pretty good deterrent.
Yeah, it's not bad. Oh my gosh, I think both of them have a good chance of beating the game, though.
They just have to find that diamond.
Just gotta get that diamond. Snakes and Ladders Skull Edition. I like it. Very nice, chat. Oh my gosh. Okay, look, chat, I'm going to disagree with putting a diamond in a skull. If you ever saw Indiana Jones, specifically the second one, Temple of Doom, that happened all the time.
What if the diamond is shaped like a skull?
Ooh, wait, that's the crystal skull. I'm good.
Yeah, we don't talk about that.
Talk about that. I've never actually seen it, Dana. I skipped that. Wow, we have just about 5 minutes left. Again, whoever makes the most progress takes the win, and NPC is game over. I think at this point, it's Smite's chance to take the lead. NPC definitely made the most vertical progress towards the diamond. Smite is trying to get there. Let's see what Smite can do here. Is there a diamond in that skull maze? There's not. But Smite is going to have to do VVVVVV at this point.
Yeah, that fall is inside. The hitboxes are so unpredictably small and or big. Trying to dodge those skulls on the way down is just... oof.
So I have to wonder, who made the most progress falling in that area?
NPC got down a couple levels on that.
In that case, it sounds like NPC is going to take the victory here. Of course, we'll leave it to our official referee. At this point, Railcoon, there is no chance that either of them will be able to catch up to where they were. I think we are going to call it, and it is time.
Yeah, okay. I think that's fair.
But good music here, and what great gameplay. That was an exciting match. It was so close.
It was really close. We got down to, like, a couple platforms difference on that last run.
Wow.
That skull maze at the end, that was just rude.
The skull placements on stage 3, wow.
Yeah, seriously, absolutely rude. Those skulls just all over the place trying to murder you. Usually the dead just stay dead and don't bring others with it, but in this case, the dead were pretty aggressive despite not even moving.
I am impressed with how this game went. That is my statement.
That was impressively close, actually. Because if you look at the progress, they were, what, maybe a screen apart?
Less than. They were on the same screen when they died.
Oh, yeah. That was so ridiculously close. I love it. Yeah, NPC managed to just, by a platform or two, took the victory. You never know exactly how close it's going to be until it gets down to it. Sorry, I lost my mind there for a second. What was I even saying? Oh, that's right. NPC is joining chat, and so is Smite. Hello.
Hello.
Hey there.
Hi.
Good to hear you.
So that one little part right there, huh?
Oh, geez, yeah, you both made it to the same place, okay? And Smite, he just got 1 or 2 platforms further down that fall than you did. It was that close.
It was super, super close.
Jeez.
When I saw the second pile of skulls, I knew that I was ending there.
I'm not too surprised. That skull maze, the falling VVVVVV skull maze of death is just evil.
Yeah, I was hoping my Battletoads training would come into that area, but it would take a lot of retries in order to get through that sucker, I think.
I will say, you almost finished the game. That is the last stage.
If only I got that bonus round again, but I had that extra life.
Yeah, I know, you missed that one extra life. It was because of the reversal skull that unfortunately was right in front of you before that last diamond there.
Yeah, I thought it was just random whether the skulls were, reversals or death. And then I finally found out that the ones with like white eyes were reversals.
Yep.
I did like the reversal that was straight, like mid-air reversal back onto a killer skull. That was a really cute one.
Well, the last time I went through it, I was like, yes, I did it. And then I hit a different skull and I was like, frig.
Yeah, that's how it goes. What are your thoughts about the game, by the way? If you played this back in 91, how would you feel?
My only real problem with it is the skull maze. I didn't really mind the rest too much. It's a little hard to jump on stuff.
Yeah,
how did you like the leaf platforms?
What?
That barely existed.
The leaf platforms were the worst. Absolutely bad.
Yeah, I can see that.
Yeah, we're definitely going to be checking. We'll definitely be checking VODs to make sure that we have everything 100% correct. But yeah, it was a very close match.
The soundtrack was awesome, I thought.
Oh, yeah.
I lost one round to not understanding I had to get the items in order.
Yep. But did you glitch out the floor too, by the way?
No, nothing weird happened to me.
So NPC fell through the floor and fell into memory. And
oh no.
It was pretty spectacular. I have no idea how you did it, NPC.
Yeah, I was wondering if there's gonna be like a credit warp situation or something.
Well, what it looked like when I was playing it was because it hadn't actually started the stage really, and I just randomly clipped through. It just started going the entire stage in reverse. So that's why I was trying to find something to hit just to kill me, and I was just like, I'm gonna have to restart the simulator. But yeah, that's definitely something to check out, Smite. That was interesting.
Okay. Well, hey, thanks for the race. I gotta head out.
All right, Smite. Yeah, take it later. By the way, everybody, go follow Smite. Go follow NPC_lives. They both have frequent streams. Smite has Arcade Pit. You probably have some coming up fairly soon, right?
I always do.
Yeah, so they're always a fun time. Okay, we'll see you in the next match. Or not today's match, but a future match.
Goodbye.
Goodbye.
Thank you both for your suffering.
All right, and with that, we're going to go to a quick break. We'll be back in a little bit with our next match between Kowal Lazy and Nod Then Bow. All right, everyone, welcome back to the Kusogrande Invitational. This is the second week of our matches for this tournament. We do want to quickly go over a few announcements. If you did apply for Summer Games Done Quick, the deadlines for game submission have passed, as well as applications for volunteer. But the games list and volunteer selections will be happening on the 27th of March. And registration for the event, the first wave, is going to be on March 28th at 6 p.m. Pacific. There are going to be 2 waves of registration, so if you want to check out both of the waves, find all the information, you can find it all out at gamesdonequick.com. There's all the dates for upcoming deadlines for Summer Games Done Quick posted there. But for Essentia, we've got 2 new players, a new GM, and why don't you introduce us to Koal Lazy and Not the Bow?
I sure will. Koal Lazy is one of the staff with Kusogrande. I was going to say Games Done Quick. I think he's volunteered there before and ran a couple games at GDQs and also at RPG Limit Break. But Koal has been pretty heavily involved, especially this last year with Kusogrande, and he's been in charge of making VODs as well as giving games to help people suffer. Bao, on the other hand, has a pretty decent repertoire of terrible video games that he has played through. In fact, we almost usually have to redraw about 5 or 6 times until we can get a game for him because he's just got so much knowledge. He's one of our game masters this year, and he's chosen wonderful games from Steam as well as some other odd systems, which, I don't know, Steam has some very special games. Tina Hacks, on the other hand, is one of our commentators. Hello.
Hello,
Tina.
hello.
Yes, and you are one of the game masters right now for Kusogrande 4. And it's good to have you here, both competing as well as choosing some of the games.
Yeah, this has just been a blast so far, and I'm looking forward to watching both Koal and Nodden Bao race in this real fun game.
So why don't you
go
give,
ahead, introduce the game. Oh, yes,
sorry. I
sorry.
was going to say, why don't you give our viewers who are just tuning in a quick overview on Kusogrande one more time before we hop into the game?
I can do that. Thank you for reminding me, by the way, Railcoon. So Kusogrande is the bad video game tournament. For the Invitational, we invited 16 people to come and duke it out in a double elimination challenge. At this point, we have Koal Lazy going up against Nodden Bao. They are in the first round of the winner's bracket. Whoever makes the most progress at any given point in the match during the 1 hour will take the victory here. Now, they've got an hour to just try to push as far as possible. If they get a game over, that's okay. They set a goal post there, and their goal is to get either past that or at least not have the other person get past that. We have 1 hour, by the way, for this match to happen. And Tina, does this match have any special rules, or is it pretty just straightforward?
This one's going to be pretty straightforward. We're going to be able to track progress pretty easily. I think that both of these players are going to have a real fun time making their way through this game.
Aha. And what game is it, Tina?
Are we announcing now?
Yes.
So we are going to be playing a game for the MSX called Magical Kid Whiz, which is, as I think everybody is about to be able to see, a real neat arcade-style game that just really exists.
It definitely does. Now, for those of us who grew up possibly after the year 1990, what's the MSX?
Okay, so the MSX was a computer platform that was primarily popular in Japan. It took cartridges, it took diskettes. I think most people know the MSX, if anything, probably for the Metal Gear series. Metal Gear 1 and 2, before the Metal Gear Solid series ever existed, were made for that system. But this was a pretty popular system overall in Japan. And as a result, there's a lot of software that's been produced for it.
Yeah, I could imagine. And this came out in 86. This is about 5 years before the last game that we had, the previous one. It looks about the same quality.
Yeah, so this game is actually really notable in that the developers worked really hard to push the limits of the MSX. Scrolling on the MSX is very, very uncommon. It's pretty difficult to achieve. This game has not just rightward scrolling, but limited leftward scrolling. The sprite animation is more fluid than a lot of MSX games tend to be. Just in general, this is a real interesting specimen just from a technical side.
Yeah. I would say that for 86, for a platformer, this actually has some very unique mechanics as well. We'll get into those as soon as the match starts, you know. So I presume in this game you're going to be playing a wizard. Very fancy wizard. You don't even have a body. Right. Just a robe.
You don't need to. You're magic. You're the magical kid whiz.
Oh, well, good. Okay, they are resetting to the... They're resetting and getting back to the title screen. Just asking if Nod and Kowal are ready to go, because we want them to be paying attention to Discord. And there we go.
I am ready as well, Brosencha.
Yes, Railcoon. That's always helpful to hear. Everybody in chat, be sure to get your excitement out. Cast Aloha Mora, I guess that's what wizards do. It's been a little while since I've really done any wizardy stuff. And 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, go. And there we go.
Alright, so both of the players were letting the demo play out, which is good if they were paying attention. They will have noticed that you can shoot walls, which is important because sometimes walls gate progress entirely unless you shoot them.
Okay.
Also, out here in these outdoor sections, frequently walls are going to be hiding some really powerful power-ups. We can see both of the players have already collected one instance. They do have limited ammo for everything other than their main weapon, but they've both got one instance of this shockwave attack, which does pretty good damage to just about everything in front of you. But yeah, so what these players are going to be trying to do, their short-term goal is just to find a door and go into a dragon's castle. And then after that, the real game starts.
Uh-oh. So this is all just early trying to figure out where to go. It looks like Kowal just went into a door.
Yes, indeed. So Kowal is potentially going to find out soon that if you jump and bonk your head on a ceiling, that stops any of your forward momentum. Also, you have no control.
Why?
Yeah, of course. So this game is real great. You might already be noticing as a viewer, this is a door maze, and there's going to be a few of those. I did tell both players that I strongly recommend having pencil and paper.
Tina, I'm glad that you gave them that bit of knowledge. Oh, no. A door maze right at the beginning. This is so dumb. I hate doors. Hey, Koala's back outside.
That's not actually good.
Oh, there's a genie! Oh, the genie just killed Kowal. So why is that not good?
So, inside this castle, there's a dragon who has a key that they need to get to progress the game.
Okay.
So, without killing that dragon, going back outside isn't going to do much good.
Okay, I've gotcha.
Now the good news is that this game is going to loop until another door is going to appear, and then Kowal's going to be able to go back into the castle. And it doesn't look like I haven't seen either player use any of the items that they've picked up yet. All of these items,
think so.
Yeah, all these items are going to be quite useful if they start playing around with them.
How do you select the other items, by the way?
Oh, the down button.
Okay. I
You
mean,
know, like you do.
You're going to accidentally do that at some point and then shoot something. So I think if they don't remember or didn't have the instruction,
They
was
were
that a
given the
giant
instructions.
fist?
Yes, it is a giant fist.
Okay.
Is that a problem?
I'm a little bit confused why there was a giant fist flying through the sky, but, you know, some places are different than Utah. Hey, Kowal's using
Utah
a
not
ghost!
have giant fists? Huh.
Not every day!
Oh, that's fair. So, this is one of the most powerful bits of magic that you can learn. Kowal used it, and now it's gone. But it summons a dragon helper that just helps you out and kills everything on screen for you.
Aww.
It's really, really helpful when you're fighting a dragon. And now it's gone.
Yeah, I mean, you can collect another one, right?
Oh, absolutely.
Oh no, not then bow into the drink. Is there fall damage here, by the way?
Well, there's not fall damage, but water is instant death.
Because why not? This wizard didn't even learn how to swim.
He's a wizard, not a swimmer.
They should probably teach that in wizarding school, though, you know?
Maybe he hasn't gotten to not drowning class yet.
Not drowning class. Oh, that's one of the least popular classes that they have at their school.
Well, it's trial by, well, not fire. Trial by water, really.
Trial by water, yeah. Not drowning class. I took a few of those. Unfortunately, I failed a couple of them, too. I almost drowned twice in my life, Tina.
You should avoid that, I think. Also,
one was when I was a
you'll
baby.
notice... Okay, well, you should have avoided it.
Okay.
So Kowal is currently poisoned. You'll notice that Kowal's jump speed is halved. The other way that you can get poisoned is by having your movement speed halved. So Kowal does have an item that will cure that poison. That yellow flask that you do in fact start with will cure that poison and make it so that Kowal can jump again.
How nice.
So far, Kowal hasn't been using a ton of items, and I think that seeing that the dragon went away after one use might have Kowal just a little bit gun-shy on using items.
Yeah, I can imagine that, but you know, early on, I would want to figure out what all the items do, just to see if there's anything that's helpful. Okay.
Did you notice, Tina? After he got poisoned, he found another yellow flask and was trying to pick it up, but couldn't because he already had one.
Amazing. I didn't notice
see that.
Oh yeah, also there's no continues in this game.
Wait, there are no continues. How many lives do you have? 2?
Yeah, you start well, when you have no hats left, I believe you're still good. So,
Okay.
3, really.
Okay, that works. So
Also,
Kowal is in
one
the
thing-
door maze again. Now,
Yes,
they
indeed.
do need to go to the door maze, but I don't think they know that they need to.
I haven't told them that they're going to have to make their way through the door maze. All that they know is that they need to find and kill dragons. I did tell them that they should have pen and paper handy. So they might be able to suss out that the door maze is important.
So I imagine that this match is going to be essentially stage-based. They just need to
Yes, indeed.
get through as many stages as possible in order to take the victory here.
Yep. So, one thing that will become very apparent to them if, as long as they're mapping their progress and keeping track of which doors go where, they will almost certainly see the first final boss. And I say the first final boss because the astute of us might have noticed that it says round 1 at the start. And that's because there are, in fact, 3 rounds.
Okay.
After you collect all of the keys, defeat the final boss, rescue the princess says, actually, I'm just some girl. I'm not a princess. And then you fall through the world, and then it's on to stage 2, which is the same thing, but the mazes are different. They often look very similar, but the mazes are different, and everything is substantially harder. But right now, it looks like Nod Then Bow is taking on a dragon.
So I just got sent a picture, by the way, of the door maze, and I'm going to send it over here in our private channel.
Yes, it's real
because, yeah, you need to see this, Ralcoon, okay? Take a look. I'm putting it right there.
What is this?
This is the door maze. You see all those lines going all over each other?
That's
You know what,
so this reaction for the chat. They're looking at round 1's door maze. Round 3's door maze took me 6 hours to map out.
What?
Round
You know
3's
how
door
in
maze
movies-
is about 7 times larger than what Railkun is looking at right now.
Oh my gosh. Okay.
You know how in movies they portray people that have the crazy obsession with the huge wall of things with yarn stretched everywhere? That's
yeah.
kind of what we're looking at.
It's bad. This is unacceptable for video games. Oh my gosh. Just so people know, there's the door maze right there. That's on round 3. Can you map it out? Can you figure out what's going on there? No? Well, somebody can. Good job, Tina. So, we're not going to see someone beat this game.
No, I'm not anticipating that we're going to see a completion of this game. I do think that it's highly likely that we'll see a completion of round 1. I think that either
Okay.
of these racers is more than capable of getting through that door maze that everybody just saw. Round 3's door maze is something
That
else.
was only
though.
round 1?
Yeah, that was round 1.
Oh no. Oh, Tina. I'm so sad. Is this a real GDQ? Only the realist. No, this is the Kusogrande Invitational, everybody. We are watching these two players try to beat as much of this game as possible in 1 hour. We're merciful, so they don't actually have to beat it. Because if so, nobody but Tina would play all this game. Kowal managed to make a jump, by the way. That was a very nice jump. Good. Look at that. I feel like Kowal may be in the lead currently, but I'm not 100% sure.
Oh, yeah, no, so it's being pointed out that was actually round 3 that was shown to begin with. An important thing that is reflected differently on that map than the map that I was working on. Several doors, when you go into them, don't go where you came from. So some of them are cyclical. Yeah, so it's real good. It's real good, which makes it fun to map out.
Well, that makes me think of Prince of Egypt for... or is it Prince of Egypt? King... Flight to Egypt? It's one of those Bible games on the NES. And simply put, you get stuck a lot just trying to go through the different doors. Door mazes are never fun. The Wise Man. Oh, okay. Thank you, Linkums. You only speedrun that game, right? Yeah. Oh, okay, Tina. I'm just enjoying this. I think Kowal has decided that he's just gonna figure out this door maze instead of leaving and trying stuff over and over and over again. Which I think is a good idea.
That's a good move. The dragon that you fight in this area is the easiest dragon that you're going to kill. It is invisible, which adds a little bit of difficulty. But other than that, it's the quickest dragon that you're going to kill.
Okay. Do these treasures help at all, by the way, the diamonds?
Oh yes, the diamonds do massive damage if you throw them. And that was noted to the players. Does a large amount of damage in an arc. So
Okay.
we'll see if they...
By the way, I think we have the level 1 door maze image coming up, if I'm not mistaken. And this is this really the level 1 door maze? Or the round 1? This hurts. Wow. Okay, this is
That looks
absolutely...
accurate, yes. Yeah, looking at the couple of doors that I would go through to get to the dragon, yeah, this is level 1.
Okay, so this is the level 1 door maze. This is what they can expect to go through. This is not acceptable. Okay, so what do the diamonds do, Tina?
They do damage when you throw them. That's
just
really
throw the diamonds?
Yeah, you throw them. And they move in kind of a pattern that looks like the axe in Castlevania.
Okay. I mean, that can be useful, but I feel like I want money instead of a weapon.
That's fair, but consider that diamonds, as it happens, are the best way to kill dragons.
Oh, okay. Use your diamonds on the dragons. I mean, they are the hardest material, maybe the sharpest in the universe. Just so everybody knows, there's literally nothing in existence that can go up against diamond. Rock, paper, no, they both get thrashed.
That's right. And scissors? You use diamonds to sharpen scissors. You can certainly use diamonds to destroy scissors as well.
Oh, yeah.
So Koala's in the room that's one away from the door maze dragon. And
Okay.
if Koala goes to the lower right-hand door... Oh, Koala's trying to go into the center door. Oh,
I
how
would try
sad.
that too. No! And then punched! This game's fair. Oh. What a fair and well-balanced video game that you have given to them.
Well, the problem is that when you're trying to find a game that you can give to Koala and Nod Then Bow, you really do have to dig deep. This was on my list as one of my, for the winners round brackets for Kusogrande 4, if I had one or two vetoes, this was going to be the game that I pulled out. But instead we're doing it for all of our great viewers here on the HOTFIX.
Oh, yeah, I'm completely okay with that, though, you know? It's good for us to be able to spread the pain and not just restrict it in one area, you know? Because both Koala and Nod Then Bow have chosen plenty of games for Kusogrande. And so, you know, they might as well experience something new. Koala onto the dragon!
Koala unfortunately getting immediately murdered by the forest dragon.
That dragon is actually somewhat cute. I like it.
I don't think Koala does, though.
Well, no, it killed him. Of course, you're not gonna like a dragon that kills you, but I'm a fan. Okay, so question. Do you have to kill Door Maze Dragon before Forest Dragon?
You don't have to, no. You can approach these in any order that you like. There are going to be 3 different dragons that you have to kill to finish round 1.
Okay.
And the third dragon that you kill will always be the third dragon, but Forest and Door Maze you can technically do out of order, although the Door Maze always shows up before the Forest door.
It is true. By the way, chat is saying that diamond, we can make things that are stronger than diamonds, and that is propaganda, okay? Because diamonds are a girl's best friend, and don't talk bad about my diamonds.
You heard it here.
Yeah, best friend. And guess what? Is anybody friends with, like, carbon nanotubes? No. They're heartbreakers, okay? Okay, Kawal taking another death. It looks like, honestly, both of them are just trying to get somewhere.
Yeah, I'm not super surprised. I think that we're going to start seeing some dragon kills probably at the 20-25 minute mark. They are aware that killing dragons is their goal. So, given that now both of them have seen the forest dragon, I think that they might both be trying to just get to that door again.
I think so. Honestly, since they've both seen the dragon, we need to see who is able to land any hits on the dragon now. I really do like your blue dragon, though, that you can
Oh yeah, your
summoned to
dragon
kill
friend
ghosts.
is fantastic.
Yeah, he's a good guy.
Oh, and Koala is now poisoned, unfortunately moving very slowly.
I really dig this music, though. It's pretty good.
So what's the cure for this poison? Is it the same thing?
Yeah, you just need a flask. Unfortunately, Koala lacks a flask.
Oh no, it's like the Fester's Quest curse. And unfortunately with Fester's
I think
Quest...
that Nod Then Bow just pulled into the lead.
The dragon's dead!
Dragon died.
Nice! Well, yeah, I would say that Nod Then Bow is currently in first place, having killed one dragon. And I'm trying to find out more information about this game, because it was developed by a company called Seibu Kaihatsu, and I have no idea what else they did, but I'm trying to find out more information here. And I'm trying to find it out without accidentally punching the microphone here. Apparently they made Raiden and Knuckle Joe. Interesting.
Yeah, I knew that they made Raiden. I didn't know that they were responsible for Knuckle Joe.
Oh, apparently the dragon has died twice, Tina, and we missed the first one.
Oh gosh. This is why we have amazing people like like Cadis to make sure that we're honest.
Oh yeah. And also why we have Twitch chat to yell at us. Thank you, Twitch chat. From the bottom and the top of my heart. And the left side, not the right side. The right side is kind of having some problems today. It's very grumpy, but all other sides of my heart.
That's almost an
thank you.
entire heart that Twitch chat just got.
Yeah,
made.
3 out of 4 parts of my heart. So, good job, Twitch chat. I'm proud of you. So, what are your thoughts about how they're doing so far? We're 20 minutes into the match.
They're doing about how well I expected them to.
Okay.
It took me probably... Well, I was working on mapping out the door maze because I was real afraid, prior to looking up any information about the game, I was really afraid that it was going to be all door mazes all the time. So I mapped out the door maze before I found the forest dragon.
Okay.
And that took me about 30 minutes to map it out and be able to quickly get back to the door maze dragon.
Gotcha.
And then after that, you start seeing, I think after that, round 1 is going to go by very quickly. Round 2 is where I think we're going to start to see some frustration. Because the door maze changes, and that's real great. And so what we'll end up with is, if they have taken the time to map out and memorize the door maze for round 1, they're going to realize that everything is a lie. And they're going to have to start, working through round 2's door maze.
They're going to be so angry about that, and I love it. Oh, it's the same doors, just different paths.
Indeed.
So...
And, yeah, so
ahead.
there's a couple of points. I had actually thought that there were more rooms just because you end up having to traverse a couple of rooms multiple times in the later rounds, which makes it feel substantially larger than it is.
Yeah, I could see that. Just so everybody knows, by the way, this is Kusogrande, a bad video game tournament right now. We are doing an invitational with 16 players going up against each other, mano a mano, or controller, that one. They are trying to make as much progress as they can in 1 hour. This is one of the early matches in the winner's bracket, Koal going up against Nod Then Bow. So, at this point, Nod Then Bow has killed a dragon. I don't think Koal has. Are there only 2 dragons in the stage?
There are 3 dragons per round.
Okay.
I believe, and I could be wrong here, it could be that I had done something wrong when I killed the dragon in the tower, which is what Koal is climbing right now. I believe that if Koal manages to kill this dragon, he's going to have to make his way back up this tower once he has all 3 keys.
Oh, no. Is it just because, hey, guess what?
That's where the princess
The exit is at the top. Oh, the princess is at the top. Okay.
Indeed. Oh, what a bad time to get poisoned. This is not looking good for Koal.
Is that the jump poison?
This one appears to be the horizontal movement poison, which isn't as bad, but it's not good either.
Can you lose it after a while, or are you just...
Yeah, by using a flask.
Well, I
That's
mean,
it.
over time. Okay, just the flask. This beeping. I mean, I guess it's technically music.
There are different tones being represented here by electronic beeps. This fits the legal definition of music.
Okay.
This is art.
Twitch cops, you don't have to arrest us because of this music. It's legal. Just so you know.
So another thing that doesn't tend to really factor in too much is that there is a timer. Ignore the fact that there's an extra 0 there to make you feel safe. Right now, Koal has, about 490 in-game seconds left. In-game seconds go a little bit faster than a wall second, so not quite 7 minutes probably left until the game just kills him.
Oh, good. By the way, there's a power-up that just catches you on fire?
There is. You do a lot of contact damage to enemies when you're on fire, and then you stop being on fire, and you touch an enemy and you die. It's great.
Okay. By the way, is there a health gauge anywhere, or am I... Oh no, Koal fell to the bottom. Is it just one hit kill with everything? Or one hit you're dead?
That's correct.
Holy cow. And you're supposed to do all of this?
Yes.
How?
By doing it well.
Okay. It's just amazing to me that a game... Like... I suppose because it's an older game, they were trying to get people's money's worth, you know?
Oh gosh, yes.
Like...
And this very much feels like a game that was built around an arcade mindset. This game feels like a game that wants to eat your mom's quarters.
Yeah. People talk about Nintendo difficulty, but then you get something like this.
Oh, poor Koal. There's nothing left for Koal here.
I think Koal's doomed. It's an arcade port. Well, if it's an arcade port, that 100% makes sense.
Oh, is it? I was not able to find any info on the arcade game itself. Wow, Koal is really just pushing forward.
You know what? If you're poisoned, doesn't matter. Gotta slay dragons. Nobody can stop you, okay? Koal, just keep climbing this tower, jump on the clouds. You can kill the dragon, okay?
We believe in you, Koal. The game might not, but we do.
Do you think he notices the timer?
I don't think he's noticed it yet.
Oh my gosh, it is ticking down. I forgot that it existed. Well...
It starts with 999 in-game seconds, so it's easy to forget about it.
Oh no! Oh my gosh! Okay, well, Noddenbao is also climbing the tower, unpoisoned, and with a flask, so that could definitely help.
Unfortunately, Noddenbao also does not have both keys, so both of these players are currently on something of a fool's errand. Noddenbao, obviously, a little bit better off just by virtue of being in the lead.
Well, I mean, they can kill the dragon at least, right? Right?
What they're gonna see is a message that says, "Return to Earth." And
what?
like I said, maybe I did something wrong, but once I had 2 keys, I didn't get that message.
Okay. Okay. Koal, no! My heart! I feel so bad. Oh no! Oh, ah! Okay, okay, I can breathe. Oh! Oh my gosh. Koal, you're almost dead. You're almost out of time. Yeah, just fall. Whee! Well, he did return to Earth. Almost got Return of Ganon there, too. Okay, I want to see Koal run out of time. I want to see what happens.
Yeah, we're real close to it happening. Running out of time is one thing that I didn't bother doing when I was testing this game. So I'm not sure if it spawns an enemy to kill you in a cool way or if you just die. I suspect you just die.
Yeah, you're probably right. I've played enough video games to know how to be disappointed. Oh, he just reset! Koal, no! Oh!
That's anticlimactic.
Boo! Boo, I'm so angry.
Oh, and Nod Then Bow just failed to kill the dragon, so that's a bummer.
But he made it to the dragon. That is pretty significant. By the way, people watching, the players cannot hear us, and we just commentate in a fun manner, okay? We're actually cheering for both players. Because honestly, blind races, for me, they're pretty dang hard. I always do so bad, Tina.
Yeah, I have always done poorly in blind races. I think my record is pretty bad as well. But in general, you know, these are super fun. We get to play, in this case, interactive software with people that we like. And just overall, these end up being super, super interesting. So while we laugh about it, we're laughing about how bad the game is. We're not laughing at, you know, necessarily whether or not a player is doing well or not.
Yeah, and sometimes, you know, a huge fall all the way to the bottom of a tower, it's not really the player's fault, because a lot of the times they're trying to jump, and unfortunately the head hits a ceiling and you lose all horizontal momentum, meaning that you fall just straight down.
Straight down.
There's no hope. So, yeah, it's just a surprisingly cruel game is what I'd say. Especially with music this happy.
It is very cheery music.
Okay, it looks like a genie is after Koal's soul now. Okay, genie, go away. I don't like you. This game isn't all bad. It's true with a lot of Kusogrande is what I'd say. With a lot of bad games. You know, a lot of them have good ideas, or a lot of them have good principles that are awesome. Nothing about wasting the fire power-up, though. Could have just run in and killed the dragon with it, but unfortunately, no. Why does the score flash fast? Lets you know that there's a score up there, okay? You gotta know.
That's right.
How are you gonna get a high score?
It's very important to draw the
what...
player's attention to the existence of a score.
Yeah. The game's scoring you, okay? It wants you to know how great or terrible you did. So 32 minutes in, here we are. I think Nod Then Bow has still made the most progress, killing 2 dragons. He didn't kill them in the same playthrough, but he's killed 2 different dragons at this point.
I think that they were both the forest dragon. I think that it was the same dragon twice.
Huh. Are you sure he didn't make it to the tower?
He fought the tower dragon, but the tower dragon killed him.
Okay, he's killed the forest dragon. Probably died to the tower dragon. That's why we have referees who Yeah, he reached the Cloud Dragon. Okay, thank you, Cadus. Yeah, the winner of the match is whoever makes the most progress in an hour. Progress in this case is based off of killing dragons. Which is sad, they're kind of cute.
Yeah, but they're also kind of murdering you a little bit.
I mean, yeah, but what's a dragon to do, you know? You have all the treasure in the world.
Murder? I don't know. I mean, that seems obvious to me. Maybe it's not.
Not murder?
Yeah,
I don't know.
If you have the chance to do a murder, maybe don't do the murder instead.
Well, just imagine, you're a dragon, you're sitting up at the top of this stupid tower, okay? Stupid cloud platforms leading to your little residency. Wouldn't you want a little excitement, a little thrill in your life instead of just sitting there forever?
So anybody who was hoping to hang out with Brosincha at a GDQ or other event, just be aware, Brosincha's idea of a thrill is apparently doing a murder.
No, or at least you can bring me some chicken if you come up to visit my tower, okay? If you come up and shoot me in the face, I'm gonna be angry.
Okay, you know, you make a good point. That's fair. I agree.
Bring me chicken, okay,
What if
chat?
I bring you a hug?
What?
What if I bring you a hug?
Okay, that's good. But next time, bring some chicken, too. That's what I'll say. Very nice hug. Bring chicken next time. You can... Or if you just hug a chicken, I'll count both of those. Relcoon apparently doesn't want to hug a chicken. Okay, that's fine.
Yeah, I'll think I'll pass on that one.
Dang it, I almost got you to hug a chicken.
Is this a life goal of yours?
I guess. It is now. Well, Kowal, Lazy, and Noddenbao are both just trying to make any progress whatsoever. Kowal Lazy still has not figured out the potion, by the way. I would totally be using everything at this point. Oh, he's got a flask.
He does. So the empty-looking
one?
flask is a speed potion. It doubles your speed.
Okay.
So we can see almost all of the items on Kowal's screen. So from left to right, there's the regular attack. There is that power wave that does damage in front of you. The hourglass stops time for a little while. Next up is a speed potion. Next up is a screen clear. It doesn't work on dragons, and I don't think it works on genies either. After that, you can set yourself on fire for fun. The missing one is the dragon friend, and then after that we have the antidote flask that you start with.
Yeah. And I feel like Noddenbao has figured out what that is. Kowal hasn't quite. Oh no, Kowal onto the forest dragon. This dragon is not too difficult, just gotta take it a little bit slow. Or die. That's also a way to fight that guy.
Well, yeah, it's not a way to win the fight, perhaps, but it is a way to approach the fight.
Oh yeah. What are these enemies running around in this world, by the way? I'm just taking a look at them.
Other magicians, mostly.
You're just killing a bunch of magicians?
Yeah, you're Magical Kid Wiz, killing all of the non-Wiz magical kids.
Or the non-kid magical whizzes.
That might be the case as well.
Magicians without a hat?
What was that, Real Coon?
I said, do they count as real magicians without a hat?
Well,
That's a good question. Maybe
their
not.
cloak is a hat. They've got it. They wear onesies, okay? They're magicians with onesies.
Noddenbao has found a strategy that it took me a while to figure out. The dragon will just block all of the evil dragon's magic. So using the dragon, real good for killing dragons.
Okay, well that's good. Good job.
Once again, Noddenbao has one key. We are looking for a second.
You have no idea who's winning this race? That's why we have people who are commentating who also have no idea who's winning. No, I'm joking. Not Than Bao is winning. Not Than Bao has killed one dragon and made it to a second dragon, whereas Koal has just made it to one dragon. So, Not Than Bao currently in the lead. Things can change, though, you know? We see plenty of changes as time goes on. Now, to remind people of the rules for Kusogrande in general, whoever makes the most progress in 1 hour takes the victory. We don't care about getting to a specific goal, we just care about doing as well as possible. Why? Because most of the games are so bad people can't stand playing them more than an hour. This game, I feel like I would have loved this game as a kid, though, Tina. I'm gonna be honest.
Yeah, I poured actually a lot of hours into this game once I found it. It kind of has a habit of growing on you. Also, that music never leaves your head.
Oh no! He can shoot diagonally? Oh,
yeah.
That's not nice, Forest Dragon.
Dragons aren't
Bao
messing around.
is
They
on
know
to
what they
dragon
want to
number
do,
2.
and that is killing you.
Oh yeah, killing
So,
is
Not
definitely
Than Bao
ineffective.
is once again climbing the tower.
No!
Because Not Than Bao got a game over against the dragon at the top of the tower, he knows that there's a dragon up there. He doesn't know that killing the dragon right now is not going to be what he needs to do.
Okay, I need to watch closely because I need to judge its cuteness factor.
It's
Very
invisible.
important when it comes. You know, range between cute, cool, and dumb.
Where do you rate invisible?
Invisible? Not really that cute, is it? I mean, I'd have
Not
to
much to
feel
look at, really.
I'd have to feel its face. Is the Sky Dragon really invisible?
It
Obvious-
is.
No! Why would I even care about a dragon that's invisible? Just let it be. Let it live its own dragony life.
So, I'm not sure how this works. The first time that I fought the Sky Dragon, it was invisible, and then I got sent back to Earth. Once I had both keys, either I had done something differently, or just having both keys made it so that the dragon was not invisible anymore.
Okay. You know, maybe that's true if you get both keys. Interesting to think about. Koal, by the way, is on to the door maze. Hopefully, he can figure out a way to get through this and make some progress. I'm sure he's starting to get a little bit frustrated. He's probably having
I'm
the
sure
time of
he
his
is.
life. But
I will say, Koal has got the way through this door maze down pat at this point.
oh yeah, just gotta
Right
go
now-
to the bottom right. No,
Yeah, that bottom right
no,
corner is
no,
gonna be-
no. Oh my gosh, I'm so sad.
He's got 4 gems. Those diamonds are really, really useful for... Oh no. Koal, no! Don't do this! No!
Okay, back to
we're back,
Genie Room.
Back to the room. Unfortunately, he has to kill the genie again.
Well,
They're
nope.
real good at making you not alive.
Yeah, they just home in on you, the homing genies.
So they kind of move up and down a bit, and then they just scan the screen right to left and back to right. So
Seriously,
it's...
this is like what Jafar wishes he could have been.
would have been a lot more effective if he was doing that instead of being trapped in a lamp.
Yeah, just float towards people, okay?
Oh
well,
no,
no,
Koal
Koal,
still
that-
thinks that center door is the way to go, and it makes you leave the room.
Yeah, that's not.
I don't think he's found this dragon, has he?
No, he hasn't seen this dragon yet. Which is tragic, because this dragon is 1 door away from where he is. And honestly,
Not
Koal...
the middle, no, Koal, no!
No! So Koal is
Well,
so perfectly
whatever.
just positioned to, if he found where that dragon was, he would have everything lined up to be able to take the lead, because Nod Than Bao, I don't think Nod has seen that dragon yet.
I don't think so. Wow, it seems like that speed potion really messes up your jump speed as well.
Yeah, it's not easy to control when you use it, but you do go fast.
I mean, I would probably use it every chance I got.
Well,
Even if I couldn't
yes.
control myself, that's fine. Just run around and have fun.
That's what speedrunning is.
Yeah. Kill a bunch of wizards, go home, kick your feet up, you know, have a bubble tea. You've done your job for the day, okay? Oh. Koal has found a door? To the forest dragon. No! You gotta get closer with your diamonds! There we go, that hit.
There we go. So we got 1 diamond hidden, and that's about half of the dragon's HP. Just slightly under.
The dragon's dead!
And here we go.
Koal is finally moving up to 1 dead dragon, more or less tying what they've done with Nod Then Bow. Nod Then Bow still has beaten the dragon faster, though.
Yeah, so Nod got there first, and Nod has seen another dragon's.
He hasn't really
room.
seen the dragon.
Not the dragon, but the room. The room was
Yeah.
quite nice. It was spacious.
Very fancy, dragony room. And you can still kill the dragon, if I'm not mistaken.
Oh yeah. You don't get rewarded for it. You kind of get laughed at for it, really.
Well, that's not nice.
Well, sometimes you just have to return to Earth.
Oh boy, okay. Yeah, I'm sad for Nod. He keeps getting knocked down. But luckily he keeps getting back up again.
Nothing's gonna keep him down.
Nothing at all. Hello, Mystery Funhouse. I'm glad that we claim that we're playing you right now. We're not. We sort of are. It's a mystery game and it's fun. At least for some of us.
There are things that are kind of house-like in it.
Yeah, like the dragon's houses. They're cute. I'm not sure about these brick houses. I'm not sure they're even houses.
Well, they're not after either of these players get done with them, that's for
It's
sure.
true, it's true. This game is not on Twitch options. Yeah,
What?
I can.
This quality game?
I looked and it's not on
Absolute
Moby Games. It's like nowhere. There's very little
Yeah,
information
It's
for this
actually
game.
really tough to find information for it.
Okay, so at this point, here's what I would probably be thinking as a player. I've got 15 minutes left. I know that I've killed 1 dragon. Probably what I need to do is just figure out where the other dragons are and how to actually hurt them. And if I can do that, then I might be able to start making some progress. Like, Koal specifically just needs to locate 1 additional dragon, that's all.
Yeah, and Koal has to have this feeling that he's making it to a very advanced room. He might even get the feeling that he's just 1 room away from being able to fight the next dragon.
I hope he's got that intuition. Koala is a good gamer. I mean, besides the fact that he ran Spider-Man 3 for Game Boy... Besides that, he's a good gamer. He did do Baldur's Gate recently, by the way, which was a fantastic run. Had an absolute blast with that.
So here we have to hope that Koal decides, let's see what's behind those other doors.
Don't go breaking my heart. Don't go breaking my heart. I wouldn't if I tried. Okay, Koal. Bottom right.
Oh, Koal, no!
Right.
No!
Koal, no! No! He's going for middle. Wait, is jump really the same as go through door?
Yeah, jump is the same as go through doors, and it's real great because sometimes the game listens to you and does what you want.
That's so dumb. Okay, that's okay. Koal's probably gonna go kill a dragon. Which, to be fair, the dragon had it coming.
And now Nod Then Bow is in that room. Potentially we're gonna see... Gosh, these players just will not give up this idea that they should be leaving the door maze in that room?
Yeah, I don't know. Oh my gosh. We have... No! Koal! Why would you die? I mean, you can't really help it.
Yeah, I don't think that that was a choice.
Okay, here's the forest dragon. I'm betting that Koal's just wanting to fight the forest dragon and then go search other places.
Yeah, the problem is that Koal seems to want to go to the tower after fighting the forest dragon.
The dragon killed him. Just don't die.
That's...
Yeah, that's an easy piece of advice there, chat. Thank you. Oh, yeah! Koal killed him.
Yeah?
What? No!
Yep. Yeah.
If you kill the dragon and then leave, it's just tough luck.
That's right. You're supposed to get the key.
That's ridiculous, Tina. That's dumb.
It's real good design. So I will point out, because it was asked in chat why everybody seems to want the center door so bad. That center door is so obviously set up to be something that's just real important for you to get.
Yeah.
And it's a joke. You know, it's just a prank.
I'm glad this company
lose all
had
of
a
your
sense
progress.
of humor. Oh, it's... Yeah, it does feel important. It feels like you're supposed to go there, but you're not. I'm so sad. Nodthan Bao has killed one dragon and made it to a second one. Koal has killed one dragon and has made it not to a second one. So
Okay,
Nodthan
Nodthan
Bao...
Bao is going back in. This is hopeful. Oh? Nope, just kidding.
Look, well, that was fun. Just go somewhere else.
I
Yeah,
have a
just-
scary idea.
What's that?
I think Koal thinks the only way to get to the forest dragon is by going through the door maze and
I
taking
think
the
so.
center door.
Oh gosh, that could well be the case, yeah.
I completely agree with you, Railcoon. I think that's exactly what he's doing.
Given both of these players seem to really want now to go through the maze and leave through that door, they might both be in that mindset. They might think that they're making their way to dragon number 1, which means that they will think that dragon number 2 is the one that will send them back to Earth.
The thing is, video games today have really good design, but you can't really retroactively apply those rules of design to things that came out in the 80s. You know, sometimes you have to think, this game is made to be beaten, but maybe they did something really stupid.
I'm sorry, I'm confused. Are you saying that this game is not designed well? Is this not a pinnacle of game design?
Like, there's some good things about it, like the giant fist that comes and punches your face. I like that.
It comes
That's
out of
pretty cool.
nowhere, and therefore the game devs decided that it isn't going to kill you.
Yeah, I guess. You know, that's actually really good that they didn't put a surprise insta-kill in.
It kills you if you're on the lower level, because then it knocks you below the floor.
Yeah,
Well,
you're right.
but you don't want to be there.
Just don't stay on the lower level.
Yeah, just don't be on the ground. Done.
It's like Simpsons Bart Nightmare. You don't want to walk in the street. You walk in the street, you get run over. That's where cars go. And
That's another
obviously-
really good game.
Yeah, it's so good. And if you're on the bottom level here, that's where dead wizards go, okay? Just don't go there. Okay, Koal is into the door maze, probably going to the forest kingdom for a forest dragon. What's the goal of this game? It's to beat 3 dragons and then ascend the tower. And that's for stage 1. We
Yeah.
have not seen either player beat stage 1. Now, mind you, these are players who have played a lot of games in their lives. And honestly, I'm not too surprised about how this is going. Uh-oh, we've got a genie. Yeah, Tina, just to remind people, I know that Stage 3 took you 6 hours to map out the door maze.
Yeah, it was real great.
You sound so enthusiastic about that.
It was real fun. Had a great time.
Well, we'll have a post-run chat with them, likely, just to have them cool down and see how they felt about the game. But we are going to be ending at the hour, and at the hour we will decide who took the victory. Now, it will likely be the person who managed to make the most progress, and it looks like, is Nathan Bao in another dragon room?
Yes, indeed. Nathan Bao has found the door maze dragon.
Why can't you see this dragon?
You know.
No, I don't. I don't understand. Just show me the dragon.
Also, I want to point out that Nathan Bao thought, understandably, hey, I know. I'm going to use the magical diamond from way up here where I can't be hit. Once it goes off screen, it despawns.
Is it just because he hasn't killed the forest dragon first?
Nope. This is the dragon that you're expected to kill first. Just...
What?
Just
Why
deal
is it
with
invisible then? Why? Who thought this was a good idea?
Oh, it looks like Nathan Bao just did what I did the first time that I fought the dragon. I thought, clearly the invisible potion that I already know is going to be a speed potion is going to be what I need to use. It's not.
Oh my gosh. Okay, here goes Koal fighting Forest Dragon. Nope, never mind. Okay, I think both players are pretty much on their final attempt at this point. Both of them have killed the Forest Dragon. Nathan Bao has found 2 other dragons. Obviously, dragon kills take precedence. So if Koal does manage to kill a second dragon, would you say the same playthrough?
If Koal's... Yeah, it's going to have to be in the same playthrough. Because it's all about the number of keys that you have. That's how we're gating this progress.
Oh, yeah.
Because killing dragons gives you keys. So if they're both tied at 1, then they've both tied at 1. Not all that helpful.
Yeah, this game is still so rude.
But yeah, Koal has to make that split-second decision to try a different door. And if Koal doesn't do that, then I think it's gonna be game over. Because going to the top of the tower, even if he could do it very, very fast, will not end up giving you a key.
I'm so sad. But, well, not that sad, you know? It's fine. This is how games go. You know, people back in the 80s when they played this, they probably really struggled. I'm not sure if they thought this was a bad game. Koal just got an extra life?
Yep. Anytime that you see a hat flying across the top of the screen, if you jump so that the hat ends up on your head, all of a sudden you've got an extra hat, and hats are lives.
Okay. Does it happen a lot?
Oh no.
Just once in a blue moon, there's a hat flying across the sky.
Very occasionally, yes.
Oh, Koal. Well, there goes the hat.
Good thing Koal got that extra life.
Yeah. Nod is probably heading to the dragon. Yep. Oh, nope. Nod decided against dragons today. Maybe. Nope. Nope, no dragon. This game's just so unfair.
It's tough. It follows its own internal set of rules, which is good. So, it's not the type of unfair game that really is going to make you rage. Which is part of why I think it ended up, when I was playing through it and testing it, I ended up really getting into the game. That doesn't make it good. It just makes it shockingly not that bad. It's bearable.
Wow, this genie is rude. Okay, Koal killed the genie. Good.
Alright. Koal, don't do it. Oh.
Oh, Koal. It's okay.
And I
think Koal's going to the forest dragon. That'll get a key. Nod is just trying to figure out if... I think he's trying to figure out if there's some trick to making the dragon appear.
Oh, yeah, that might be... I don't believe that we've seen Nod kill a invisible dragon yet. It's totally doable.
Well, I mean, you can't really see an invisible dragon die, can you?
Yeah. Well, it'll tell you dragon died.
Oh. Oh, okay, you see that.
And then you get a key. You can see the key.
Ah, okay. Kowal into the forest dragon. There we go. Forest dragon is dead. Those diamonds are so
The diamonds are
good.
pretty good.
Okay, if Kowal wants to move into the lead, what he needs to do is find a dragon and kill it in the next minute and a half. Now, just so you know...
If he were to start walking left, he would be able to go back to the door maze. He could get to that dragon and kill it in a minute and a half. Walking to the right, however, is not the way to go if you want to do that.
But he doesn't know where the dragons are, Tina. That's the problem. Now,
he's been taken in by the siren song of a difficult-to-enter door.
Yeah. As viewers of Kusogrande know, rarely do the players actually win. Like, they win the match, but honestly, the audience is generally the winner. So congratulations, audience, you won this match. We've got 15 seconds left, or 45 seconds left. Oh. Yeah, I know, Vivi has really changed from Final Fantasy IX.
There's a very large character arc that I think really didn't leave Japan, and this is the beginning of it.
Yeah, the dragon slaying arc. It's surprising. Okay, 15 seconds left. I don't think anything's gonna happen, but let's let the time run out, and we will hit the hour. Hey, stream's not over for at least one more game, Aku. You're fine. And there we go. Hour! Noddenbao manages to take the victory, having destroyed one dragon and found two others. Kowal takes second. He destroyed the forest dragon after Noddenbao, and in addition did not manage to find the other two dragons. Tina! What a game!
It's one of those games that makes you feel extremely annoyed because of how much fun you had.
I think I would have a blast playing this, like if I were a kid. Maybe even now, I feel like I want to go play this.
If I'm being honest, I am a tiny bit tempted to try and hunt out a cart, since I already have an MSX.
Awesome. It looks like Corndan and Koala are going to be joining us in chat right now. They are in the green room, and... Hello!
Hello.
Well, howdy.
Yeah, welcome. Sorry, I was just hearing me over your stream, Koala, but that's okay. So, quick question. How was the game?
Really not that bad. It controls really awkwardly, and that stutter step is like a migraine inducer. But the actual gameplay's not.
Yeah, honestly, this is a game that I want to go play, Koal. It looks absolutely entertaining. I love what I saw there. I would have loved this as a kid. Nothing Bao, what about you?
It's what I expect from the era. These types of games are.
Yeah, they're a little bit rough. But yeah, with that said, Nothing Bao, you found the forest dragon fairly early on and managed to kill it. Took Kuwal a little while to kill it. You didn't kill any other dragons, but you did find the other two, which for some reason were invisible. I don't know why.
Yeah, that'll happen.
But apparently Tina says that's on purpose.
That's a good design choice if I've ever seen one.
Oh, only the best. Only the best for the MSX.
It's real easy to render something that you don't have to render at all.
Oh, yeah.
Wish I'd thought of that. It definitely gave me a really arcade kind of feel. Like about halfway through the match, I was thinking it reminded me a lot of Captain Silver because of the wonky jump mechanics and the one-hit kills, and like the really awkward range of the ranged attack.
Well, this was ported from arcade, so you are just about right thinking that. What is there anything that really frustrated you in this game?
I can't press down and any direction at the same time on my keyboard, so that was kind of annoying.
Oh no.
I think in
Why-
general, this
why
game was
couldn't you-
really bad at taking multiple inputs at the same time.
Oh,
yeah,
that's
it's definitely a thing.
I definitely found that the jumping segment to get to where I assumed the Sky Dragon was an absolute nightmare because if you clipped anything, you'd clip through the floor. So every time you missed a jump, you'd drop to the bottom of the.
oh yeah.
Ye- Oh yeah, and you.
And if you
well,
stand on the edges, you fall off too.
Yeah, and the rough thing is that if you try to make a horizontal jump and you hit your head on anything, bam, plummet straight down. Do not pass go. It reminded me a lot of Alien 2, that one game that we had that Dana made people suffer through in Kusogrande 4. Honestly, that game also had a door maze, which was beautiful, but had that stupid plummeting mechanic. I hated it.
Yeah, that mechanic wasn't super uncommon during that time period. So neither of you killed the dragon in that sky tower, which is a bit of a bummer. I really wanted, I think, Nod, you ended up fighting that dragon. Really wanted you to win because you would have found out that then the game will send you back to Earth rather than rewarding you.
Oh.
You have to kill the other dragon in the door maze before killing the sky dragon, because why not?
I don't think
That
I
makes
even got that
sense.
far.
Yeah, I'll go ahead and just let that silence sit there for a little bit. Oh, anyways, the poison, Kowal, the poison can be cured with the yellow flask that you have in your inventory.
I totally didn't know what that did. We actually got a list of what the upgrades were in the game, and it scrolled off the screen before the match started, and I didn't want to scroll back up. And so I totally did not know what most of the upgrades did. I found out real quick what like 3 of them did because they seemed really
Some of them were really useful. The dragon is, I think, my favorite one, the mini dragon. Just
The
so
mini
cute.
dragon just
The mini
mauled
dragon
one of
is
the bosses there.
just great.
Well, I think we're gonna have to move on in just a little bit. Kowal, Nod then Bow. Anything you want to say before you take off?
To be honest, I kind of liked it. Not so much that I want to go back and play it a lot, but I kind of want to go back and tinker with it.
Yeah, probably a good plan. Nod then Bow.
I don't know. I think I'm used to bad games at this point.
You play a lot of games, okay?
Oh,
You do. Well, everybody, you can follow Koal Lazy and Nod then Bow on Twitch. They both stream. I know Koal has been. I think you're working on some RPG Limit Break games right now and trying to get those polished up, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah, I'm working a little bit on Planescape Torment as my good game for the year, and everything else, if you go to my channel, is garbage like this. Although, usually with better music than this garbage.
This is not
Well, you
okay
say that,
music.
you're going to be humming this
Wow.
music tonight.
Oh, it's in my head, Tina. I'll never forget.
I'm already humming
the
Bubsy music to wash it out.
Oh no. Well, I'd also like to say go follow Tina because she is getting ready with GDQ practice. I know that she submitted recently some games to SGDQ, and hopefully, fingers crossed, hopefully you get in, Tina.
Yeah, it's the practice itself has been fun. We've been pushing down the world record for Monster Boys, so it's been a blast.
Oh, yeah. Well, Railcoon, I'll go ahead and throw it over to you then.
All right. I just wanted to say thanks again to Tina for bringing us that incredible game, and thanks to Nod and Kowal for playing. But we're going to be going to a quick break here. We'll be back with our next match between Faizu and Slowbeef after this. All right, everyone, welcome back to Kusogrande. This is second week. We are in our final match of the day. We're going to have Faizu versus Slow Beef. And, well, we've got an interesting game coming up because, well, Brasentia, why don't you tell us what happened with the game selection?
So, as it turns out, multiple games were thrown out at both Slow Beef and Faizu, and unfortunately, they had played many of these bad games already. So, it turns out that we ended up going pretty low in order to get a game that worked for them. In general, when we have redraws, they just get to suffer through a little bit more pain. And that's what we've got. Corndan is going to be commentating. He chose the game. He's our game master for today. Corndan, what is our game?
So our game is a Kusogrande favorite, RoboCop 2, except it's for the Game Boy.
All right, but before we get too deep into that, I just want to remind everybody once again that the games list and volunteer selections are going to happen on the 27th of this month, and the first wave of registration for Summer Games Done Quick is going to be on March 28th at 6 p.m. Pacific. There's going to be a separate wave at a different time zone, and you can find all the information for that on our website, gamesdonequick.com. But why don't you tell us about these players for viewers of GDQ who don't know Kusogrande?
Will do. Slow Beef on the right is actually somebody who has been in the Let's Play community for years and years. I think one of the early people. He also has contributed to the Retsupre commentary. Sort of, I don't know, it's, what would you describe it as, Corndad? Mystery Science Theater, except for YouTube videos.
Yeah, kind of.
Yeah. He's just in love with bad video games, and we can't stop him. We try. And luckily, you know, maybe this is an intervention. He'll find that RoboCop 2 is so bad that he just can't continue on. Faizu, on the other hand, is one of our staff members for Kusogrande. He's been helping out quite a bit. He also does some video game work with online articles. He's a writer. He's written up some journalism in that regards. He's been fantastic doing that. And also, he tends to find some surprisingly strange and enjoyable games, and for some reason enjoys Back to the Future games.
There's some really bad Back to the Future games.
Now, so everybody knows what's coming up today for this match. They're going up against each other for an hour to see who can make the most progress during that hour. Whoever does takes the victory. Now, we judge progress not based off of where they are at the hour mark, but how far they made at any given point during the match. If somebody makes it to stage 5 and game's over, that's okay. They put their mark at stage 5 and can still take the victory. Now, we are just about ready to get rolling, I believe. So, Corndan, what's up with this game? Because I know that this was one of the redraws.
It is. So, I know people, I've seen it in chat where people have commented they think they've seen this in Kusogrande before. RoboCop 2 for the NES has made it into Kusogrande at least once, if not a couple times. And it's a not good game. And
no, it's not.
Ocean decided to basically make RoboCop 2 again, you know, for the original Game Boy. And the NES game is a masterpiece, basically, by comparison.
Okay.
It's almost kind of the same game. It's the same premise. You're gonna go save the world, well, Detroit from Nuke. But, you know, it's the Game Boy. The levels are different. Some of the other things are different. We'll get into it when we start a little bit here.
Yeah.
And it's, in general, not a particularly great game. It's going to look better than it plays. And so I kind of expect to be yelled at later by both Faizu and Slow Beef for how bad this game controls.
Let me go ahead and say they're already yelling at me to get this started because they hate the music. So let me go ahead and do the countdown. Everybody in chat wish the best of luck. Does RoboCop have any good quotes?
I don't know. There's probably some quotes like in the in-between levels.
Go, go, RoboCop! Yeah, okay, everybody shout whatever he says. And 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, go! Awesome, and it looks like we have players about ready to go.
We do. So the premise of this game is that you need to go save the world from everything. Now, one of the things that you can kind of see in here are those people on their knees and waving around. Now, you would think that that is in fact a right, that's a hostage, right? It was in the NES version.
Oh,
nope,
yeah.
Those are drug dealers.
Well, dealing drugs, trying to ask for help, what's the difference?
Right. So,
Well,
the goal on each stage is to defeat and clear out a certain amount of drug dealers here.
okay. Can you
and
shoot them?
You sure can, just like Slow Beef did.
Okay.
Take it away, it doesn't count.
What? It doesn't count?
Nope, you have to arrest them.
You have to arrest them and not kill the drug dealers. Okay.
Yes. So, here's the kind of important thing on this. You have to as I said, you have to do a certain amount of the drug dealers in every stage. And if you don't, if you remember the NES game, you have to go back for training. Here, you have to start the level back over. So,
well, do you know what the limit is for how many of these guys you have to save, or not save, but arrest?
Yes. So if you see in the bottom left-hand corner, there's a number, like for instance for Faizu, it's now at 76.
Yes.
That needs to be at least 60. Now here's the funny thing.
Okay.
All the nuke smugglers in the area, that number never adds up to 100%.
Oh yeah. Because why would it?
Because why would it? We'll get to like 95%. Who knows? So,
RoboCop. There's not a single good RoboCop game in existence, just so people know.
Yeah, so this at the end of every level you fight an ED-209 that, they contrive to have. It's not super hard, just avoid basically the missiles it shoots and you're probably okay, just like Faizu, one, and then we move on. There's like 7 or 8 levels of this.
Oh yeah.
So in between levels, right? There's a bonus stage, and it's a sliding puzzle.
Oh no.
Oh yeah.
Okay. Does anything bad happen if you don't complete it? What? This finger?
I don't think so. They're not particularly hard.
Oh my gosh. I love it. There we go.
So I'm actually kind of expecting we might we might see a completion here. The long play for this game, if you get everything and don't die, it's a little under 30 minutes.
Okay, gotcha.
But I also expect, and we're about to see it right now.
Slow Beef.
Slow Beef is going to be, we are going to see some dust. We are going to see some returns to take more nuke smugglers off the street.
And he got sent back to the title screen?
No, you get sent back to the level.
Oh, okay.
So notice he still has his wide attack, which you really kind of want to keep throughout the whole game. It's by far the best attack in the game. Faizu, on the other hand, is in the nuke factory, where we just saw him get smashed.
Well,
so that happened in the NES game too. It happens here. And apparently nuke doesn't bother RoboCop. He's just sitting in the vats of it without a problem.
Well, that's good. That's convenient. What is nuke anyway? For those who haven't seen RoboCop or know nothing about it,
nuke is a designer drug that apparently is gets you real high, right? And in RoboCop 2, it's the whole premise of the whole thing that RoboCop goes out to, here, the premise, you're gonna go out and fight Kane, and Kane is the guy, the drug lord peddling all of this nuke.
Okay, gotcha. So we're going up against the drug manufacturers. That's good. That's
Yeah.
good job. That's a lot of drugs right there, though. Okay.
I mean, so we're doing good things. We're saving the world, right? So Slow Beef's gonna go back to the stage again.
I love that, like, the nuke smugglers are like sitting there drowning in there. You just go capture them, take them to jail.
Oh yeah, because that's how it goes. And so I don't think Slow Beef realizes that the people who are hostages, right, are the smugglers.
I don't think he realizes that. Yeah, they're both going to have to figure out that they need to collect these guys, and that the bottom left number increments when they are collected, per se.
And so if either of them have experience with the NES version, that exact same sprite is the hostage, and you have to collect the hostages too, right?
Yeah.
So you would...
Hostage, or not hostage, the nuke smuggler is dead. I just love that they took the sprite for a hostage and put it as the smuggler. It's so good.
It's fantastic. So this is one of those games where, like, let's just remake all the sprites and everything when you sell it, because we can. And the game is like close enough to this you can be like, yeah, that's RoboCop, but the game is not good at all.
Oh no, how would you say this controls?
Like a lead brick.
Okay.
Like the RoboCop controls are very bad. They are right, like half of the difficulty of this game is honestly in the controls. It is the worst. So, right, they're commenting in chat that this controls like Darkman, which is really true of the NES version. The NES version controls like Darkman because Darkman uses the RoboCop 2 engine,
yes.
And this game controls worse.
Does it sort of control like that?
Yeah, so it controls like the same idea, like, it's like if you let my son, try to draw the Mona Lisa, it might vaguely look like the Mona Lisa.
Okay.
Right, but that's clearly not what you get.
Wow,
it's like
your son needs some art classes, okay?
My son's 3.5.
Well,
right, so
never too early to start.
I don't complain either way.
Okay.
However, yeah, so like the Game Boy tries to implement that, and it just doesn't do a very good job of it. So the controls are actually worse in the Game Boy version than they are in the NES.
Oh, that's hopeful.
So if you look on Faizu's screen, Faizu has collected 96% of all of the drug smugglers, which is all of the drug smugglers.
That's a lot.
Like there is no 100% of drug smugglers. So no matter what you do as RoboCop, you've left 4% of those drug smugglers out there.
Dang it. Well, you know what? I don't have to catch all of them. Maybe some of them turn good. Okay. They decided, hey, no more sitting around in drugs for me. I'm gonna go ahead and change my life, turn my life around, probably take a bath too, okay? Because holy crap, it's all over me. They just got out and changed their lives. It does say estimated. You're estimated to have saved that many. There's like one drug smuggler's arm lying around in the level that you just didn't find.
It could be possible, yeah.
What a game.
This game is so fantastic. This game is a joy.
No, Slow Beef gets to the end with 57. I'm sure he's starting to feel a little bit confused here.
He's going to be so mad when we tell him it's 60%.
He might find out in a little bit, because it's the same stage.
Like, after one of the last times, he read the intro and it didn't give him any useful information.
I mean, why would it? What? Goals? You should just dream your own goals for how many smugglers you want to arrest, Railcoon. Do you have to get them all? No. 60%? Sure. Good goal.
I mean, 60%'s a passing grade, right?
I mean, depends on who you talk to. At my university, it really isn't.
Yeah, there wasn't a passing grade in my schools.
So, according to them, they just have lower requirements where you live.
That could be.
Oh. Well, with that said, Faizu and Slow Beef are definitely stuck at this point, which I think was totally expected until they figure out exactly how many they need to rescue and figure out how to get through these stages. Now, are there limited continues or are there infinite?
I believe it's infinite continues. We'll find out. I never exhausted them. So I told them they could use as many as they wanted.
Okay.
Right, whatever the game says, because it's really difficult, right, to get through all this.
Oh yeah. I can see this game is rough. Honestly, it looks like some things are surprise one-hit kills that normally wouldn't be, you know, in a good video game, but for some reason they just kill you here. Like, the yin-yang symbols, I don't know why those kill you, but they do.
I don't know either.
Watch out, inner peace is gonna get you.
So, I think Slow Beef knows that he...
Gotta get one more, Slow Beef. You just got to arrest one more. That's all. Oh, the thing is, here's sort of my experience with when Slow Beef plays. Because a lot of the time he starts a little bit slower getting into the game, but eventually just wrecks it. Faizu, yeah, I know, is a little bit concerned at going up against Slow Beef because Slow Beef has this reputation of, you know, getting to the point where he just destroys the game. As soon as he realizes what's required to beat a stage, he's going to make a significant amount of progress.
I agree with that. That's kind of how things have gone.
I think one of the big things is that Faizu's noticed if you hold down, you can scroll the screen and look at what's below you. So he's not falling for the blind falls anymore that he was early on.
That's definitely helpful. Okay, yeah. Slow Beef has 2 of the not hostages. It's so confusing because they look like they're hostages. They're screaming. Obviously, they need help. But it turns out they just need legal help. They gotta get a lawyer now because guess what? They're smuggling drugs. Ooh.
Yeah, so those barrels happen to be like an instant kill?
Yeah. Since when did a barrel rolling down the street become an insta-kill?
Well, I mean, it depends on, I guess, what's in the barrel.
I mean, now that I think about it, the Adventures of Tom Sawyer on NES, that's how they were, but everything basically was an insta-kill in that game.
I mean, I was just gonna say Donkey Kong.
Oh yeah, those killed Mario quite a bit. Actually, barrels are pretty heavy. And if it's a barrel full of drugs, probably even heavier. Yeah, okay, yeah. I can buy the one-hit kill at this point. I've never been rolled over by a giant barrel. Just so people know, so I'm not that experienced with dying by them. Okay, there we go. Slow Beef has arrested 4. He's done one or the other, probably both. You just gotta get one more, Slow Beef.
I think there's one coming up here.
One coming up. Oh my gosh. Get him. Yeah, Beef. You got it. I love that they just go flying off into the distance. It's like, I'm arrested! Woo!
Well, I mean, isn't that how arrests go?
Sometimes. I've watched some cop videos, you know, where they show the process and of arresting people, the process of arresting people, yeah. And usually there's somebody flying off into the distance.
True.
Okay, Slow Beef is fighting the boss after the first stage.
Yeah, Slow Beef's pretty much got a good idea. You can Like if you avoid the missiles and then kind of face tank everything else, you can kill the ED-209 without too much difficulty.
Gotcha. RoboCop sprite is so big. Like, on the NES version of this game, you can at least see around the level, but Game Boy, no. There's no chance you're going to be able to see much of where you need to go.
So I love the fact that the reason for the sliding puzzle is because you have psychological interference and you need to explore your memories.
Oh yeah, come on, use that finger, Slow Beef. Just point at the picture, get it to move. Yeah, psychological experience or interference, whatever. There we go. No more psychological interference. It's done. So, for those who are just jumping in, by the way, I know that we have some new viewers here. This is Kusogrande, a bad video game tournament. We have 1 hour for both players to try to make as much progress as possible, and the person who does wins the match. This is a double elimination tournament, by the way, so even if one of them loses, they'll still be in it. It'll just be one more loss and they're gone. Right now, Faizu is currently in the lead, Slow Beef in second. Faizu has a little bit of work to get through this stage. He's taken a lot of deaths, but at the same time, he's significantly ahead of Slow Beef at this point.
Yeah, and with the amount of continues that they've had available so far, it's not really that big of a deal to take a death.
Oh yeah, it seems like you start over at the beginning of the stage anyway if you die or continue, so not a big deal if you die.
Right. What will...
Oh, Slow Beef.
We'll need to see what happens, because Slow Beef has always started over as he's been on level 1. So we'll need to make sure that when Slow Beef goes and finishes this, he'll go to continue, at which point in time, then we'll go on.
Oh, unfortunately, I don't know how he died, but he did.
So there is a health meter. We really haven't talked about it at all because, we've been dying to mostly falling down pits and such, or one-hit kills. The health meter is slightly to the right of the drug smuggler meter.
Which is a good meter.
Which is a good meter. Is the best meter. And that goes down when you get hit. It starts at 20, but you can get it higher than that.
Yeah, Slow Beef currently at 24 health here. And if that gets to 0, you pretty much just fall to your death, right?
Yeah, so Tina's asking in chat, what's more useful, the forward spread or this three-way spread we're seeing on Faizu's screen? And at least in my testing, Tina, the forward spread, like the Contra style spread, tends to be a lot more useful.
Okay.
Like this three-way spread kind of works, but...
There we go, Slow Beef using a continue in order to hop back into stage 2. Honestly, I think... Here's the deal. Slow Beef is still a stage behind, but he's figuring out some of the aspects of this level fairly quickly. In fact, the Stomp-'em machine, Slow Beef has managed to figure out you can just jump over it and not even have to deal with that drama.
And that's true of the NES version as well.
Yes.
So yeah, that W effect that Faizu has, that three-way where it goes up and down and forward, is better than your basic gun. It's not as good as the Contra spread.
Yeah, the basic gun is just pretty bad. Like, you can hit things, but it's so slow.
So
oh my gosh, okay.
In chat, they're asking, are these different versions? No, they're the same version. Just the emulator that's being used lets you select different palettes.
Yeah, and so we've got the lovely classic feeling on Faizu's side. Then Slow Beef going with a nice banana cop. Oh no! Unfortunately, that magnet is an insta-kill. You cannot survive.
Yeah, you can't move once it drops you. So you just fall to your doom.
I love it. By the way, yeah, this company, Painting by Numbers, did make games, like, the one that stands out to me the most is NES Hook, because that game is it's a work.
That's a way of describing it. It's a quality game, as Tina would put it, in that it has qualities.
Yeah. Wait a second. If you get shot while you're jumping, or if you touch an enemy while you're jumping, do you just instantly die?
No.
Because I saw Slow Beef do that.
Well, but it could be one of the instant kill, like, yin-yang symbols, or...
I don't think so, because none have been spawning there.
Yeah, there's something else going on. Like, in some instances, when they get shot, they just die, even when they have health, and I don't know what's causing it.
It's... Oh, Slow Beef! Got the Crusher. Oh, I love it.
So, I mean, one of the other things is, like, the bullets and stuff, you'd think, oh, it just takes, like, 1 health, and it takes, like, 5 or 6.
Oh, yeah. Wait, really? The bullets take 5 or 6?
Oh, yeah, like,
it depends on the bullet.
It does.
Well, I mean, that's probably more accurate, you know? Okay, Corndan. By the way, I want everybody to know Corndan is doing commentary with me today. Corndan has been helping as a GM for the Kusogrande 4 tournament that is ongoing on my channel over at my channel. He's also been helping a lot with some of the technical aspects with Kusogrande, as well as Big Bad Gameathon. He's been a huge help, and I'm glad that you're here bringing us this RoboCop.
It is my pleasure to bring you RoboCop.
Everybody needs a little RoboCop in their life, you know?
This is true.
Not very much, just a tiny bit.
And I mean, you know, RoboCop is a little bit older, right? People my age, you know, remember seeing this probably in theaters or when it came out on video. But there's a lot of people who've never experienced the joys of RoboCop.
See, Corndan, this is exactly what I was saying. Slow Beef got through stage 2 quite a bit faster than Faizu. Yes, he took a long time on the first stage, but stage 2 is already down. Let's see how both of them do on this third stage.
So Faizu should finish this up pretty soon. Faizu's already gone through and gotten a "you didn't kill enough smugglers" message. And now they have sufficient amounts. They should be able to finish the level here basically right away.
Okay. Yeah, I think Faizu is really close to the end.
Yeah. And Slow Beef, you know, I think it's just one more smuggler, and they'll be ready to go. So
yeah,
I expect some pretty quick completions from both.
Well, nope. You know, death is expected in RoboCop world. I mean, that's why you have all this metal on you, okay, to prevent from death. You got to be able to tank a few hits, you know. I'm just thinking, if people want another RoboCop game that they will absolutely hate, but that has a very different feel, I would recommend RoboCop 3 for the Super Nintendo, because that's probably one of my least favorite gaming experiences that I ever had. It's bad.
It is not good. RoboCop versus Terminator is not good. I can't think of a good RoboCop game that exists.
Neither can I. There are just so many bad RoboCop games.
So once again, Faizu saved all or arrested all of the 96% of the smugglers.
Nice. Faizu moving on to the boss after this stage. Slow Beef, all he has to do is get to the end of the stage, and he's got this. And that'll essentially tie us up if that happens. Don't know if it will, though.
So this ED209, basically just it's the same thing. It's the same pattern. It just fires faster and more stuff is on screen.
Yeah, it seems it has a lot of health.
How many RoboCop games are there? And the answer is honestly too many.
There's so many
think it's
RoboCop
like
games.
7 or 8, to be honest with you. RoboCop 1, 2, 3, RoboCop versus Terminator.
We're not even talking about the different ports, because there's a RoboCop 2 on Game Gear that's completely different from this RoboCop 2.
There's also I've been informed that there is a RoboCop 2 port on the SMS that is a bootleg of the NES version as well.
Oh, wait, a bootleg of the NES version? What?
That is what I've been informed.
Ooh, so dreams do come true. I want to play this.
I went looking for it when I found it, and I don't have it, so I still need to do some looking.
There was an Xbox RoboCop game? Okay, I believe it. Just... let me see if I can find a list here. Oh my gosh, yeah, I should be paying attention to the match, but... RoboCop. It calls me. That's okay, I'll let you pay attention to what's going on here. It looks like Slow Beef is pausing just a little bit.
Is it possible to dodge that third wiggly shot?
I believe it is. Right, so that... You know, I actually don't know. Yeah.
And high. The third one, like, you can't duck under it, and it looks really hard to jump over.
You probably could jump over it, but honestly, I think it's just easier to take it in the face, I guess.
Okay, so I'm looking. There was a RoboCop. The original RoboCop had a video game. 1988. Come on, just load. This is gonna... Okay. And the different ports came out. Data East made for arcade, DOS, NES, and Apple II. Ocean made a version for Amiga, Atari, Commodore 64, CPC, ZX Spectrum. Herb Software made one for DOS and MSX, and then Tandy made one for the TRS-80. So, as far as I can tell, there were 4 versions of the original game. And there was also an arcade version. Oh my gosh, okay. So, 4 or 5 versions for the first movie. RoboCop 2 came out... What's that?
So I'm surprised that when Pfizer hit continue, he went back to the boss fight instead of the stage.
They are surprisingly
forgiving.
kind.
Yeah.
Wow, shocking. Okay, so RoboCop 2, as it turns out, there were multiple versions made. Most of them, I believe, were by Ocean Software. Data East made the arcade version, though. And we all know Data East is kind of a little bad.
So is Ocean.
Oh, well, yeah, Ocean... Isn't that a great duo? Ocean and Data East, you know.
That's how you know this is quality. So
yeah.
Pfizer now has a jetpack.
Oh, nice.
So you are now doing Flappy Bird as a level.
My gosh.
Essentially.
And there are some... And then I think Pfizer left his jetpack? What?
So whenever you land, it drops the jetpack. You have to pick it back up.
Oh no!
It's
That's
amazing.
Okay. Oh, this is not okay.
I did warn you beforehand how this game was not okay.
Oh my, that's so rude.
As it turns out, there was also another developer besides Ocean and Data East for RoboCop 2.
Was it US Gold?
Because no special effects. They made the Amiga / Atari ST versions. So there we go. We're up to at least 7 different versions of RoboCop games, and we haven't even touched the third movie.
I have an important question.
Sure.
Why does the lightning bolt take away health and one-shot you?
Lightning does that, okay? It hurts and then you die. Actually, my grandpa was struck by lightning. He didn't die, but he picked up a little sheep after it, and that sheep died. So, oh, there goes Faizu.
It's at that same point, right?
Yeah, he's having a hard time, like, getting the drug dealer and then keeping his jetpack.
Well, or picking the jetpack back up as you jump back off the ledge.
Oh, yeah. Oh, he might have done it intentionally because he killed the dude. That makes sense. Oh no, it doesn't scroll left? Corndan. Oh. I didn't know this game didn't scroll left, but now I'm very sad. This is not good.
I will point out that in my original pitch to you on this game, it was everything that you know and hate about RoboCop 2 except worse.
You're right. That was a pretty good pitch. Oh my gosh, the more that we're getting into this, the more excited I am. Okay, so it turns out RoboCop 3 had versions made by Digital Image Design, Flying Edge, and Ocean Software. So we're up to 10 different versions so far. Although I do know that some of these developers actually do completely different versions of the games for the different platforms. But, you know, this is all I can keep track of right now. There's so many.
Yeah. And I imagine if we played them all, none of them would be good.
No. Actually, yeah, I saw that there was an Amiga RoboCop 3, and that one, I don't know, Amiga is kind of finding a warm place in my heart these days, because there are some truly fascinating games on the Amiga.
There's some really good Amiga games out there. There's also some really terrible Amiga games out there.
Oh, I know that.
And it's a kind of a crapshoot on which one you're gonna get. But
So,
I mean, when I was growing up, I was always jealous of the people I knew who had Amigas because, like, the adventure games like Monkey Island and stuff like that, the Amiga always had the best sound.
oh yeah, it definitely would. Amiga sound is so good. I'm just taking a look. RoboCop versus the Terminator had 5 different developers, and I'm done looking at this. Because there is no way any of these developers made a good game. I think it was in their contract. We want you to make a RoboCop game. Make it literally the worst experience anybody has ever had in their life. And there you go, RoboCop.
Well, and now we've gotten to share that with a whole bunch of people.
It's true.
So it's looking like Slow Beef should be pretty close to the end of that level.
I think so. Yeah.
The struggle he's been having is maintaining his health all the way to the end. Like, he's getting the drug dealers, but like this level does a lot of damage to you as you get through it. And he keeps getting really low health by the time he gets close to the end.
There are a lot of bullets flying around here. I mean, organized crime is rough.
Well, I mean, you know, it's hard to go get the drug dealer hostages.
Oh no, karate chip in the air and Slow Beef plummeted to the ground, or to the water. This is such a good game.
It's gotten him a few times too. Like, if you get hit in your jump, you lose some momentum.
Yeah, maybe that's what has been happening. Okay.
And then just falling to your doom.
How is this so rude? Like, the music, I'm actually really jamming out to the music on Faizu's screen especially, because it's just great for the Game Boy. But Ocean tended to do that sometimes, have very questionable games, and the music is just the best.
Yeah, this is definitely, I guess if you're going to make trade-offs, right, you might as well enjoy the music if you're going to be playing a sort of bad game. Because you're going to hear the music a lot.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah,
Did you
now
see that
listening to
wonderful
Faizu's stream.
squish?
Oh, yeah. Now listening to Faizu's stream, you're right, that music is really good.
I'm taking a look. The person who did the music, by the way, did the music that is on your playlist, Mr. Nuts. He also did music for Jurassic Park games, Addams Family, Pugly Scavenger Hunt, Cool World. He did music for Darkman, obviously. I mean, Bart versus the Space Mutants. That wasn't exactly the best music. I wonder what version he did. I don't know, hard to say. Puznik, though, he did the sound, and that has pretty classic music.
The music for Puznik is great.
Bad Dudes. As far as I know, the music was pretty good for Bad Dudes. Yeah, he did a lot.
All right, Slow Beef has made it through, and so now they're on the ED209.
Yes, and for those who are just showing up, this is a blind race between the two players. Neither of them have seen nor played the game previous to today. This is their first experience. The goal is to make as much progress as they can in 1 hour. With bad games, we like to just limit it to an hour just because sometimes it's insufferable. This game, I don't feel like it's insufferable, it's bad. But it has some charm. I'll give it that.
It definitely has good ideas, I think, for like the level design, for what they were trying to do. I don't think it got implemented very well in the grand kind of scheme of things. But, that's how sometimes games go.
It's true. And you know what? This could be something. Honestly, just watching this, I feel like this is a more enjoyable game than the NES version. Oh, Slow Beef, insta-death right there. But Slow Beef just caught up to the same level as Faizu right there for a minute. Faizu, though, has not arrested enough nuke smugglers. Oh, no.
Faizu was 3% off.
So, both players are on the stage. I would still say Faizu is in the lead due to having made it all through the stage with 57%. Now it's just time for both of them to figure out where enough of the survivors are. Or the hostage. What are they? Smugglers.
They're smugglers. I always want to call them hostages too, because that's what they were in the NES version.
I know, and the NES has a Why would you even change that? Why? So dumb.
So it's being asked in chat if some of the levels have hidden zones like the NES version. The answer is no. The levels are all pretty straightforward. Because they're more evil in other ways.
The hidden zones were pretty much a mistake anyway in the NES version. Oh no! Slow Beef unfortunately took contact damage with the guy and lost his jetpack because of it. And died.
Because that's how it works.
It does. It does work that way, honestly. Corn Dan.
I mean, have you ever worn your jetpack around, hit an enemy, and you're falling to your doom? I mean, I know I have.
Oh, it feels like every other day.
Yeah, it's clearly not the bullets that'll do it, it's just touching the guy.
The contact, right, the bullets aren't really that bad. It's actually running into people seems to be the worst.
He's a germaphobe, okay? RoboCop, he can handle bullets, he can handle fire, and electricity. Well, not very well, but those germs. People are plague rats these days. It's kind of terrifying. Oh boy, oh! Okay, there we go.
This could be an interesting opportunity for Slowbeef to catch up because
Yeah.
I don't think Faizu has seen another drug dealer to rescue yet. And he's made it to
You're gonna
57.
call them hostages.
You're rubbing off on me.
Well, we're now rescuing drug dealers.
We're rescuing the drug dealers. Oh my gosh. This just took a dark turn, Railcoon. Gotta save the drug dealers, everybody.
But yeah, he has to find another drug dealer. It's somewhere he hasn't found in the map yet.
Oh no, the electricity! That is a death for Slowbeef. Well, that was a really fast death. That's okay. Death in the first 2 seconds, that's fine.
It's that electricity, man.
Just so people know, by the way, it looks like I got a question. Kusogrande is generally a tournament where we have signups towards the end of the year. It's a fairly long tournament. The exhibition is going to be a little bit shorter, but it'll still span for a while. So if you want, I always talk about it plenty. This is Brosentia here, so and I hold the actual tournament, the full 170-ish person tournament that's happening right now on my channel. Yeah, for next one, just follow. If you join and talk with other people who are in Kusogrande or join the Kusogrande Discord, don't worry, you'll find out. We talk about it a lot.
I'll also follow Brosentia on Twitter, where you'll find out when signups are open.
I thought you were going to say something more embarrassing than that, where you'll find out.
What, Utah facts?
All the Utah facts, okay? Oh, Faizu, by the way, is through the stage. Very nice. Slowbeef is starting to... I don't know. Faizu spent a lot of time on this stage. Slowbeef is still on it, having a bit of a hard time making progress. It's not going to be impossible.
I think Slowbeef will catch up.
Slowbeef did type in Discord, this game is so aggravating.
This game is so bad.
Yeah.
So, but in true Kusogrande fashion, this is what happens when you veto games.
Yeah, you generally end up with something that is less pleasant than the alternatives. Pfizer's not... Oh my gosh, the timer goes down so slow for the clock.
Does he need to clear this before the timer runs out, or is this just purely bonus?
I don't know. We'll find out. Because Faizu is messing this up a little bit. No! No! It's okay. We'll find out. We'll see what happens.
We will find out very shortly.
Okay, Slowbeef. Honestly, the most important thing, I think, is to take it a little bit slow. As far as I can tell, you do not run out of jet fuel.
You do not.
Yeah.
But, you know, the jetpack falls off because it's like attached with Velcro.
Okay, we're gonna see a timeout on Faizu's screen. What happens? Robocop looks so angry. It's like, you didn't do my slide puzzle. You failed to identify the robot ninja guards. What? Robot ninja guards?
So he's more vulnerable to attack. Look at how much damage he's taking.
Oh, holy cow.
This is amazing.
Wait, the slide puzzle punishes you by making you take more damage in the next stage? This is the best! Never change, Robocop. Oh, the robot ninja guard. Oh my gosh. This is rough. Oh, I love this.
This has turned out much better than expected.
Everybody, you mess up slide puzzles, this is what happens to you. Robot ninja guards just destroy your face, okay?
I guess I need to worry. So I think almost the right idea on that is to just die. Like, legitimately die and continue.
I don't think that's a bad idea, yeah. Slow Beef's just trying to take it slow. Oh no, if you die and continue, they still deal this much damage, so Faizu is permanently at a disadvantage at this point. If Slow Beef manages to complete the slide puzzle, this may allow him to move into the lead.
This is amazing.
No! Slow Beef, fly with... Ah! Ah! Oh. Well, there's still plenty of time. We've got just under 15 minutes. It's better to go slow than to die.
Yes.
The thing is, I know that the players are starting to feel like they're running out of time, and in one regard they are, but at the same time, you do not know how far the other player is, and your goal is to make progress yourself.
Look in the chat.
Oh.
Faizu is very upset and...
Let me see. He's typing in Discord that he wants to go back a level, but he can't. Oh, because video games were a mistake. Railcoon. I love it. Yeah, if you do not know how to do slide puzzles, you're in trouble. You're not going to be able to get through life, okay? Even as a robot. You need to learn slide puzzles, everybody in chat. You need to learn the strategies, or too bad.
Or you have to worry about robot ninja guys.
Robot ninja guards. A combination I never thought of, but hey, they're real. You can tell because they're on RoboCop 2 for the Game Boy. Don't rush, Slow Beef. Don't rush. Okay, good.
He missed a drug dealer, though. Is he gonna have enough?
There should be... Well, he's dead, so doesn't matter. Like, there has to be some reliable way to keep killing the robot ninja guards.
And the answer is to fix that slide puzzle.
Well, I mean, if you don't finish the slide puzzle, there still should be a way. You don't have to restart the game, right?
You might have to.
They're just so cruel. Faizu is still in the lead, by the way, everybody. Slow Beef is just trying to catch up at this point. It's not impossible. Slow Beef could still take a victory. We have enough time. Honestly, the level that Slow Beef's on, it takes, what, maybe a minute if you do it well.
Yeah, it's...
If he takes it slow and steady, then it's probably like 2 minutes.
Yeah. So it looks like Faizu just kind of, found you can kind of knock people back with your melee punch when they get close enough.
Good.
And that seems to help a little bit with the ninja guards.
Okay. Yeah, don't let ninja guards mess with you, okay? Punch them. They're vulnerable to punches. Bam.
Right,
And then bullets.
Yeah, wait. When you punch them, you knock them back, and then you just shoot them in the face.
Hey, Faizu is through the robot ninja guards. Maybe it's a punishment stage that you have to go through. I think it is. The ninjas escaped. Uh-oh.
Kane escapes.
Okay. One more hostage. There we go. Slow Beef got, I believe, the last hostage in the level. He's not going to be able to get all of them, but not a huge deal. Whatever.
Slow Beef got as many hostages as they needed.
Yes. Now just get to the end of the stage. Slow beef, por favor. Oh no, 1 health left. Okay, he's still alive, but literally anything will kill him. Do not get electrocuted, Slow Beef. Wait for it. There we go. Okay, wait for... Oh, no! A bullet to the foot! Led to death! Oh, Robocop. Yeah, Slow Beef has 10 minutes to try to catch up to Faizu. Faizu is past the robot ninja guards and on to the next stage. If Slow Beef can complete the slide puzzle, there may be a chance.
Yeah, if Slow Beef can complete the slide puzzle, we'll see if they either have an easier time with the robot ninja guards, or maybe the robot ninja guards just don't show up.
I think they won't show up, but that's just a guess.
Yeah, there were no
Based off
drug
of-
dealers in that level.
Yeah, see, even robot ninja guards don't like drug dealers. Who are they guarding then? If there's literally nobody to guard.
They're making sure that Kane can get away.
Oh, okay.
Which means they don't care about the drug, like, low-level smugglers, right? But Kane, you know, they care about Kane, and Kane's the one making all the drugs.
Oh, Kane. Just causing trouble here. And making drugs, you know. Slow Beef just taking it through this part a little bit slow, and that's death right there. There's still enough time. But it's starting to get to the point where it's going to be difficult to catch up to Faizu. Faizu has over 60% of the drug dealers in order to finish it. He's collected enough drug dealers, you know, to finish the stage, so he's just gotta head to the right and not die, I think.
But Faizu only has 2 health. Never mind.
Well, he's dead. I think that was the exit right there.
I think so too.
So, here's my guess. I don't know what I was gonna guess. I was gonna say something profound or interesting or maybe even revelatory to this game, but I have nothing. This is a bad game. Oh, that's right, because this is a double elimination tournament. Even if someone loses to this game because it didn't work for them, they still have one more chance. So I do know that Slow Beef tends to have a pretty nice crowd that follows him. His hopes are not dead if he doesn't win this. But if he wants to take the victory for this match, he definitely needs to just get through this level. But because of the clock, it's becoming difficult to really focus on taking things slow and steady, and he's just trying to rush. Okay. Yeah, so you do have an HP gauge, by the way. If you notice the thing that's vaguely shaped like a heart under the score, sort of down left from the score, that is your health. Slow Beef had 23. You start with 20 at the level. Has Slow Beef ever played this? No, and neither has Faizu. This is a blind race. Neither of them have probably even played a game like this.
What happened to Faizu? He has 0 health.
So you could actually have 0 health. You just can't have negative health.
Yeah.
Okay. I hadn't seen somebody with 0 health yet. I thought he glitched it.
No, it's happened a couple of times.
Oh.
We got just over 6 minutes left. Slow Beef could still pull this out, but
He skipped one hostage. It might have been fine, though, as long as he collects every other hostage. Not hostage, drug dealer.
and not collected, arrested.
Well, that's collecting.
Yeah, there's enough
Isn't it? You
that if
collect
he
them
gets...
in a little little cage.
There's enough that if he gets all the rest of them in this level, he can still pass it.
Yes.
But he pretty much is getting to the point where he has to get it on, like, this try.
Yeah, either this try or next try. If not, it'll be probably impossible to catch up to where Faizu is. I would say even next try puts him at a possibility of catching up, but it would be very difficult. Slowbeef is heading to the gauntlet where he's had problems for quite a while getting through this area. And it's because of these two jerks. Oh, he dealt with the one that was hurting him a lot. Very nice. Okay, just do not rush. These will electrocute you, and simply put, robots don't like lightning.
And then you die.
This might... Oh my gosh. This might be it for Slowbeef if he can just get to the right. I think this is it. He's through.
That's it.
Now he's got to... Does he have to fight or slide puzzle or both?
It's a slide puzzle time.
Slide puzzle time. Slowbeef has a chance at this point. But Faizu has gotten 96% of the estimated drug dealers.
Was that the end?
And managed to beat the stage. Okay, here we go. Slowbeef into the slide puzzle. Let's see how he does. Faizu is separating himself quite a bit at this point. Let's see what Slowbeef can do here. Now, a 9 or 8-piece slide puzzle, whatever you want to call it, is generally a lot easier than other slide puzzles. There we go. Slowbeef has completed it. I think we'll be skipping the robot ninja guards, hopefully.
Nope.
Oh no, I guess you still have them, but maybe it's going to be a lot easier. Oh yeah, they don't deal nearly as much damage. It'd still be better to die real quick.
That is probably true.
Okay. Slowbeef's got no health going. Oh, collected 15 health. Not bad. The thing is, I just don't think Slowbeef has a chance. We've got 2.5 minutes left. I've seen some giant comebacks in Kusogrande before. I don't think this is going to be one.
I mean, Faizu's 2 levels ahead right now. Right, so Slowbeef has to, like, completely obliterate the robot ninja guards.
Well, they're dead. And beat this next stage on his first try, essentially.
Right. And hope Faizu doesn't beat this one at all.
I just... Oh, jeez. Go ahead, Railkun.
I said, well, then he has to get farther in this stage than Faizu is, right?
Right. Yeah. And at least collect 60% of the drug smugglers. That's a lot. You don't have to get any more than 60%. I would say that would be the deciding limit. But Faizu beat the stage. Holy cow! Faizu is just extending his lead at this point.
It's the jetpack stages that have done it for both of them.
Yeah, I'm just gonna say there's no hope for Slowbeef at this point. It's Faizu who's gonna take the victory today. You know, that makes me kind of happy. Faizu, I don't know if he's necessarily done well in previous matches that he's done, but this match, he's just obliterating the game.
He was mentioning that in a match against Slowbeef in a different tournament, he lost to Slowbeef, so he was...
Twice.
Oh yeah, and also he was on the Arcade Pit with me, which was hosted by Smite, and we lost pretty bad. So, yeah, this is a little revenge. I love it. Even if a part of me always wants Slowbeef to do well Because, I don't know, Slowbeef is such a good guy, okay? He's got a daughter at home who is absolutely adorable. Slowbeef, you know, even though, I don't know, he's very comedic, but at the same time, he's got a huge soft spot in his heart and is just a fantastic guy. Well, there we go. We've got 5 seconds left. And we are just about done, and there we go. RoboCop 3, everybody. What was that, Corndan?
I'm gonna get so yelled at for this.
Oh, you
That's
are in
worth it.
so much trouble. You are in huge trouble. That is it. Faizu manages to take the victory, getting through 2 or 3 more stages than Slowbeef, which is amazing. Slowbeef takes second, did a fantastic job, but unfortunately it just wasn't quite enough. I'm just letting them know, by the way, that they can join the green room and come chat. Oh, Railcoon, you're also letting them know that.
I beat you to it.
Mwahahaha.
Hi, I'm in...
Hello, Slowbeef.
Hi.
Hey.
Whew.
So you survived.
That was so aggravating. I can't even tell you.
So how'd you like that jetpack?
That was... I love how you land on the ground and they're like, you don't want this anymore. And that wasn't even RoboCop 2. That was RoboCop 3, which was really frustrating. You know, and then the ninjas came in, and I'm like, that's RoboCop 3. Like, the jetpack thing, maybe my memory is off here. I'm glad, though, I managed the sliding puzzle as well as that at least.
Oh, you destroyed it.
Yeah.
It turns out that Faizu did not do the sliding puzzle that well, and because of that, he ended up taking a lot more damage to the robot ninjas. Hello, Faizu.
Hey.
He's just gonna sit there and stare. I can feel Faizu's stare at this point.
That was... I was like, I even typed this in the chat we have for communication and stuff, and I was just like, this game is so aggravating. Like, I was making the same mistakes. I was just getting mad at it. Like...
Yeah, it's honestly, Ocean is very good at creating games that just make you angry. I mean, they made Darkman for NES, RoboCop 2 for NES, and those games are very similar in the rage inducement that they have. Darkman is like my nemesis, and it's all because of Ocean, and I hate them.
They're a terrible company.
I think I hear Faizu vaguely. Maybe.
I do not hear Faizu at all.
Faizu! Well, yeah, Slowbeef. I think each of you excelled in certain places. Each of you struggled at different places. Honestly, for you, it looks like you really succeeded. Later on, you were doing a great job catching up. However, the first stage really tripped you up, it seemed like.
I wish I'd watched the instructions, but I guess.
So
it happens.
The other terrible thing about that first stage, you need 60% to get through.
Hello, Faizu.
Hello, am I audible now?
Yes.
Okay, I have no idea which microphone it's using. That game is really aggravating.
It's really bad, yeah.
I can feel the frustration, and having played the NES version, I can tell it's like that, just a lot more sluggish, and unfortunately, I think it has a lot more issues than the NES version.
There were times when, I usually skipped over the level end stuff, and sometimes I didn't. Like, when I restarted a level twice, I thought it might have been about the drug dealer percentage, so I actually read the instructions after that. But the one that really got to me was the one where I had to do the sliding jigsaw puzzle, and then I failed that, and it goes, oh, now the robot ninja gods do more damage to you, and they instantly killed me.
I You know what the thing is? I'm usually absolutely awful at sliding puzzles, but I kind of noticed. I think I tried to figure out what it was doing because it was like a spiral pattern.
Yeah.
So I'm like, oh, maybe I just do that backwards because they show you it like scrambling up. So I'm like, oh, maybe I could watch for that. And that's a little pro tip for the folks at home who are ready to play RoboCop 2 after this.
I mean, I did that with the first one. With the second one, I lost track of it because it was slightly off for whatever reason. I just lost track of it, and yeah, I couldn't do that. And then the ninja robots on the next level, which I really don't remember from RoboCop 2, the movie, just destroyed.
I'm so frustrated. That was in 3. They didn't even get that part right.
Yeah, exactly.
The jetpack too. Those are both RoboCop 3 things.
Exactly.
You know, if you think about it too, the hubris involved to say there wasn't enough material in RoboCop 2 for our video game that we had to borrow from 3 for that repetitive piece of crap.
Oh my gosh. Yeah, the thing is, you know, as far as we know, just with the first 3 RoboCop movies, there are at least 10 different video games. Like, distinct developers. There are 10 different developers who worked on games for those 3 movies.
They're sad.
And they're all bad.
Yeah.
Yeah, they really are. There are like 2 things I want to address. One of them is just how badly the jetpack controls. Because it got to the point where after I finished a jetpack level and I saw there wasn't a jetpack in the next one, I was like, oh, good, it's just a level with the crappy platforming instead.
That's kind of scary.
Yeah, a little bit. The other thing is the fact that a lot of the levels have like alternate routes. You can go up high or down low or what have you, but you have to capture the right number of nuke dealers. So the wrong routes mean you have to restart the level.
Well, you know what's funny? Because I saw the instructions for that, and I'm like, do they mean the hostages? Because there's people who are like yelling for help, and it's like, no, those are the nuke dealers.
So in the NES version, they are hostages, but they kept the same sprite and called them drug dealers in this version.
I assumed the same as you. At first, I assumed that they were hostages or something like that, and they were just for bonus points. And then after I failed a level because I didn't capture enough nuke dealers, I noticed the little counter in the bottom left was going up as I was grabbing them, and that correlated to the percentage at the end of the level. So I did figure that out before too long, but it did catch me off guard at first.
The thing I loved about the nuke dealers is that you need it for each level. You need to get 60%. Right, so for the level where there are only 5 dealers in the level, for whatever reason, each one of them gives you 19 instead of 20, and so you can get 3 of them and get 57% fail the level.
Yeah, what's with that?
I don't know. I don't know. But yeah, there are pieces of drug dealers just somewhere, and I don't know where they are. But
that part killed me. None of the percentages made any sense. Because like I was like, yeah, you see 17%. I'm like, oh, they're rounding up from 1/6, right? And then I remember like the first one, I'm like, no, that didn't work either. Like none of it worked.
Well, I do want to say thank you to you both, because this was a fantastic match. Slow Beef, anything you want to plug? Anything you want to say before we say goodnight?
Sure, you can find me at twitch.tv/slowbeef. After this, actually, I'm playing Neo with my good friend Doc, who streams a lot of cool stuff as well.
You mean you're not going to go back and finish RoboCop 2 on stream?
I'm gonna wait for a special day.
Okay.
Yes.
Yeah. What about you, Faizu? Anything you want to plug?
Not particularly. Go and watch Kusogrande and the rest of the Kusogrande Invitational. Obviously, I do occasionally stream on twitch.tv/Faizu, but not much of late. I'm hoping to get back to that.
Perfect. Thank you. And yeah, Corndan, how about you?
You know what? Just keep watching Kusogrande. Follow us at twitch.tv/Brosentia. And the tournament's going on. It's fantastic. You'll see more games like this. Please come watch.
Yeah, feel free to come. We've got some matches tomorrow, by the way. It's usually a bit smaller. We've got 4-way races happening right now in the group stage. So come on over if you'd like, follow. And it looks like we've actually got a raid target for half coordinated. By the way, go over to
Let me
Slowbeak
sign
if
out
you want some
first.
Neo. What's that?
So let me sign out before you throw to the raid.
No, I'm just saying.
Yeah.
Go ahead, sign out. Go.
Okay. So
Alright.
just as a reminder, the games list and volunteer selections are going to happen on March 27th. First wave of registration is opening up on the 28th. You can check out all the dates for SGDQ coming up at gamesdonequick.com. If you want to see the current state of the bracket, well, we can put that up on screen, and you can also do !Kusogrande in chat, and there's a nice little information tidbit there with the bracket as well. And on top of that, I just wanted to say thanks to everybody again. All of our players, Smite, NPC, Kowal, Nod Then Bow, Faizu, Slowbeef, our GMs for the day, Dana, Tina Hacks, Corndin, and of course Brosentia and the rest of the Kusogrande crew. With that, we are going to sign out. Thanks everybody for tuning in. We'll be back in 2 weeks, I think is the next broadcast. Yeah.
Yep.
All right, good night.
Good
Hi,
night.
everybody. Thank you.